guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. And we're going to do a little bit of a recap here because you guys are here just north of Bourbon, where you have come trying to find more information about the purple frenzy drug that is spreading across Toivoa, causing pain and suffering and killing people, frankly. Sison has contacted the group in order to continue their adventure into the drugs, and to do so, you have decided to go to Bourbon, and along the way have commandeered, captured, liberated a ship that you have taken to a small cove that Saphira was aware of, and have decided to take a bit of a beach episode. Last week, you discovered that there was a treasure chest on the beach, and that Saphira has the key to the treasure chest embedded in her rib cage. Saphira also had a couple dreams, and you did a little bit of research into Saphira using the Stone of Chronicles. You discovered a lot of lore, specifically her relationship to Leandro Cervantes, along with Leandro's daughter. So, as you wake up the next morning, what would you like to do on this wonderful beach with not a care in the world?
Well, first and foremost, there's a chest we intend to convene at.
Well,
So
we
you
might
want us
also
to
want to address the
clear.
other thing that we haven't really spoken with all the party members about.
Run that by me again, you're kind of cutting.
Oh, sorry. I was saying we might also want to, deal with the other thing that some of us had talked about that not everybody had talked about.
Oh yeah, we should, but I established Coin was not comfortable bringing that up.
Anything more important than getting to the treasure first, though?
Hey, Saphira. How are you, how you feeling?
Nice, all rested. It was quite the cathartic night, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you remember much?
That's a bit of a loaded question.
Is it?
But
Is it a loaded question to ask if you remember your breakfast? Your dinner?
breakfast. Oh, I did find the coconut.
Oh, that's good. Great.
Wait, I want
That's
coconut.
exactly what I needed to hear from you right now. Saphira has found the coconut.
Ruzid, with your passive perception,
look-
you see that the tree has more coconuts. You can go and grab one if you choose to.
We're just gonna climb up and get some coconut.
Tati.
Hey, can you grab me one?
Okay,
Yes, you can.
fine.
No, just Saphira. I mean, come take a look at this. We found something in the Stone Chronicles.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait, did you find how to get the treasure out of the chest?
No, we found out something about you, maybe. It's
The Stone of Chronicles?
kind of hard to explain, and it looks like maybe someone tried to mess with your memories at some point, so I think you should look at it and see for yourself.
Memories, but I
Yeah,
don't
hold
remember
on.
anyone doing that to me.
It was like code. It was Saphira plus like what was the coin? What was the search words?
So I didn't actually. I sort of paraphrased, but Coin provided a list of keywords like Saphira, mentions of Saphira. That would.
Now just look up
Alright.
Saphira, Lord Leandro beating with Saphira.
Wait.
There we go.
Fine. You said you both know about it as well?
We all saw the memory.
Yeah.
Is that why
Hope.
you're asking me how I'm doing?
Well, yeah,
Well, no, there was also the whole biting thing, and also you seeing the ghost last night. You had a rough night.
you've been through
Yeah,
a lot, and I just don't want you to get overwhelmed.
I think I might already be getting there, but I don't know whether I'm more scared to see it or to not see it and wonder.
How much do you like remember about like your life prior to the train wreck, the change maker?
Oh, I mean, quite a lot. I mean, I remember everything. I remember growing up here, hating it, hating everybody here. I told you about Rosamond. I remember leaving,
Yeah.
finding my first crew, sailing for a few years, and then when we got arrested in Nausea.
Yeah, there's one hole in that story though.
Right?
I don't hear any mention of
Let-
Lord
let me-
Leandro.
Ring a bell?
I knew of him, of course. I mean, he was kind of one of the most the most prominent person in the city.
Do you remember interacting with him at all? Like just one-on-one?
Don't. Oh, I don't. I wouldn't have had reason to interact with him.
Well, looks like whatever he did worked.
Maybe you should watch this first,
Yeah.
then we can talk.
I think I need to. I will. take the
Prepare
Stone of
yourself.
Chronicles.
Maybe take a deep breath.
Yeah, you should sit down for this.
Or we'll kill anyone who you say needs killing afterwards.
Yeah, I'm down for some bloodshed.
I'll take the Stone of Chronicles. I'll walk over and sit by the fire, and I will search for what I was told to search for.
Okay. As you search for mentions of Saphira, you find yourself looking down at your haggard hands, and you utter something in a language you don't understand. The hands become fleshy and a little scaled. That's better. You watch as Saphira walks into the room. You turn a contract to her and have Saphira sign it. Afterwards, the memory fades. We went through this all last week. But your parents are supposed to be taken care of. And Saphira, you have no memory of this encounter. So this is completely news to you.
Look up from the stone. There's to be some kind of a mistake, right? I mean, is it possible to put like false memories in here? Because there's got to be some kind of mistake.
That's what I was theorizing
Maybe.
about, but
I mean,
Not
maybe,
sure.
but it's like that would imply someone like why would someone do that? They would have to orchestrate us getting this specific Stone of Chronicles and us looking that up.
Yeah, what's more likely, that someone in Bourbon, of all places, did mess with your memory, or that someone messed with the stone and then just randomly ended up in our hands and we looked up Saphira?
No, I figured my mind is was it not being messed with.
Nah.
Okay, not even I
okay,
believe
that's
that
not
one.
that's not even close to true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is my family taken care of?
Do you remember anything about your family?
I mean, I remember Well, I remember them all hating me for being a tiefling instead of a human. Remember my mother chastising me, my brother and my sisters, acting like they were better than me, father never having time for me.
Doesn't sound like if you had that impression of them, you would make this sort of deal. Maybe he changed more than just your meeting.
You definitely could have had your memories changed that you stayed away from your family as well, thinking that those things happened. Not saying that they didn't, maybe they did, but at this point, almost everything's suspect, it feels like.
Rosamund.
What else could he have changed? I mean,
Well, when you make deals with
Right.
fiends, you leave yourself open to this sort of trickery.
Well, Ruzid, it's not her fault, though, if she got attacked by this. Even if she
Oh,
did sign a contract.
It's not her fault at all. It's just demons are twisted.
The contract that she signed didn't say that it would modify all her memories like this. Just the ones about Rosamund, right?
Were you actually, Eric? Were you able to see what was on the contract? I don't think so, right?
No.
Right?
Nope, he didn't need to read it. He already read that.
We don't know what's on that contract from that memory. Who knows what could be on it?
well,
I think we should ask him.
Sounds like he'd be very, very willing to
I
just
see.
chat.
with a blade to his neck.
I was about to say
Yes.
that part.
That kind of chick.
Well,
Sure.
there's one other thing to consider here, though. If your family is alive and well, and if you did have a happy relationship and care about them, then you might not want to just go storming in there, because they could be at peace in all this, and they could come to harm.
Oink, you were going to say something? You were going to say something? No? Okay.
No,
Okay. I thought I heard Eric. All good.
no.
If not even used to considering someone else being held hostage to manipulate me. I mean, but you're right. What if? Should I care? But maybe I did, and now I don't. But I should. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know if there's any way to restore the memories that you had. Maybe it's possible, but probably would require some pretty incredible magic.
Well, maybe we can do some
If there's
digging
someone who
around,
could,
jump in, just so that you have a little bit more information before you decide what you want to do. Because if you want to go in guns blazing, we can do it, but maybe there are things in the past that you cared about that you were trying to keep safe.
yeah, I don't like the idea of
Maybe.
not just going straight to the one person with answers, if you can call him a person at this point. But
Can I, related to this conversation, can I take a look at your abdomen?
Is she breaking up for other people?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting out,
Wait,
roboting
I
a
can
lot.
tell what you're
I'm gonna
saying.
pull your shirt up.
Oh,
I
what?
said related to. I'm saying related to this conversation. Can I take a look at your abdomen, Saphira?
You know what? Fine, it's not the most that's been bared of me lately.
Well, I was just wondering if maybe the reason you have a key to a chest in your private spot inside your body is because you put it there? You went into a deal to
think of
modify
that.
your brain according to the.
At this point, I definitely can't rule it out.
So you don't really remember this chest or what's in it?
Not at all.
No? Seems, again, even more likely that, yeah, your memory was modified, whether willingly or not.
But if,
Like I said.
if she knew that she was going to have her memory modified, don't you think she would have had a backup plan?
The Saphira I know? Hell yeah.
Well, maybe the chest could hold the secrets to getting some memories back.
Well, in that case, let's see if we can get this thing open then.
Fantastic. I pull out my purple laser sword.
I'm not sure that'll work on this thing.
We can also think first about how we want to go about this.
I'm not Ruzid. I wasn't going to use it on the chest.
Oh yeah, you're gonna cut her open.
Once
Oh
again,
yeah.
that does not make me feel better.
I mean, don't we have
Just
a?
out
I
of
mean, you're a
curiosity,
paladin.
did
You
you
can heal
guys-
him, right?
Did you guys try lockpicking the chest already?
Not to my knowledge.
We could try. I'd be surprised if it worked though.
Can anyone hear pick locks?
Jason,
Excuse you.
I asked
Aw.
Tati if anyone here can pick locks. I'm not sure.
Tati, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
don't think I've seen you
that's-
pick a lock since I've been here.
Jason, that's like asking, can you catch an arrow?
Exactly.
Well... Hey, Tati, if you want to give it a shot, let's see what you can do.
Want to give it a go before we...
I suppose I suppose we should try the simpler solution first.
Yeah, we dig out some tools and I think Saphira and I should first just take a look at the locking mechanism. Any
Okay.
Traps,
Let's get you-
I guess,
let's roll
but also
an
like
investigation check, please. All right.
Nice.
Excellent. Are you going to also roll, Tati?
yes.
Okay. So with a 33 and a 26, you both look at this lock. It is exceedingly well made, and you can detect that there are traps within the lock, and the traps are specifically designed to break lockpicks.
Ooh, rude.
Really cool, though.
that was a clever idea. To do that.
That was a clever idea.
I will tell you that after your analysis, the DC to pick this lock is a 60.
Interesting.
It
Very
is possible
interesting.
for certain groups, but not for yours.
Sounds like a challenge.
Give it your best.
Definitely not possible. 20
Wait,
plus
no?
8
I-
plus 4
I
plus 15. It's not enough.
I briefly take the advanced wand of wonder out of my backpack.
Whoa,
I think,
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I
Now
don't-
it's possible. Now suddenly it
I-
became possible.
All right.
but I don't want anything to happen to it, so I put it back in my.
Oh,
Wow. That's the first
geez.
time I think I've ever seen you have some restraint with that thing.
What if you just turn the lock into like a butterfly and it flies away?
well, weren't we already...
Or what if you teleport the chest
what if I-
into like some
what if I-
extraplanar space and it's
Or
gone?
what if I turn the treasure into a butterfly and it flies away?
That would be
Well, you
bad.
should aim better than that, for sure. All right.
Well, I
You
guess.
want to lay down on the sand while we do some exploratory surgery?
Want
Have you
is a
done,
very
have you done
strong
this before,
word, but
Toddy?
I-
You like a surgeon or something?
Well, I can cut. Actually, Coin.
Yeah.
Do you mind? I think Coin might have the. How are we doing on like medicine? Can we just
What kind
do
of
like a
medicine?
similar investigation? Well, I want to do a similar investigation around this key and see if we can assess the situation in terms of like retrieving it.
Sure.
Yeah, Coin would like to do ideally a medicine check on Saphira
Sure.
as to
Absolutely.
anything.
So, roll your medicine check, please.
Alright. We'll call it a lucky roll. 22.
Okay. All right. So, as you consume a luck point for the day, very first thing in the day, you feel around and it feels like the key is fused to her rib cage.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
So, yeah, this is not. It's not just like floating in her muscle mass. It almost seems like it's conjoined to like her bones, or at least like I don't know if it's as easy as cutting it open and pulling it out. Like that sucker is a
Theoretically,
part of her.
if we remove the rib it's attached to, are the key teeth fused, or is it the handle?
It is a vertical that goes across 4 ribs.
Four ribs. But would it still function as a key?
If you were to pull it out and break the bones off, yes.
Alright then.
Sophia, if you were the one who did this, would you have any idea how to undo it on yourself?
Oh, absolutely not.
I have a deep question for you, Eric. You probably can't answer it, but
Okay.
if we were to cut Saphira open, take the
Uh-huh.
key out, and it would become an item in our inventory, presumably. If I were to then hit the Chrononacrum key,
Oh,
would it return back into her,
Yes. It
or
would return back into
Okay.
her body.
that's what I figured. I was just curious about the mechanic.
I'm
All
not
right, that
going
is-
to torture Saphira for the sake of fun.
All right.
Although I thought about it.
So my plan is out, everybody.
Saphira?
Emotionally.
Saphira, they have granted you inspiration because they're afraid of what might happen. And Daisy Plume sends you lovely hearts. Because
Oh, you
might
could
need one if they cut
try.
into you.
and if they
Alright, I have an idea,
die,
guys.
then turn back time?
I mean, that's the backup option, but maybe not the starting point we want to go with.
What if one of us looks into the Stone of Chronicles, a couple of us cast Legend Lore, and I go back through all the stories of my family and try to find how this could have been done?
That's not a bad idea.
We could also look towards the hat that Bryn likes so much.
Oh, yeah.
True.
What
Okay.
spell or what item would even help us here to get that key out of him, though?
Roll of pull key off chest.
That
If I
would
can
kill him.
remember any kind of story of, I don't know, anyone embedding an object into someone's rib cage, or if there's any legend of something like that.
I do worry a little bit that the only way this is meant to get out is by killing Saphira. I really hope that's not the case.
Object that you can see.
Are we good to like take some time here on the beach?
I'm down to do some research.
All right. A bunch of shamans
I
would
have-
like to.
I have a plan. I have an idea.
Oh. What do you got?
Okay, so what if we tried to what if we tried to scry on the object that's inside Saphira and then target it with teleport?
Ooh.
Isn't it attached to her? Would that work?
I mean, I don't know. I think you can teleport objects with teleport if the creature's willing.
I just wonder if it would count as a separate object because it's attached to her.
I mean, I don't know.
For science.
Please roll your Arcana check.
I'll roll an Arcana check. I'm like decent at those. I'll give myself some guidance as well.
Check it out.
Okay.
Why not?
Real thing we have.
Teleport targets creatures, not objects.
It says object in the spell.
Where?
It says
It says
if you
aura.
target an object, it must be able to fit entirely inside of a 10-foot cube, and it can't be
Okay,
held or
yeah.
carried by an
Correct.
unwilling creature. So if they're
Yeah.
willing, maybe.
Well, it's
Still
currently
unclear.
being held and carried as part of her body. It is a structural component at the moment.
Yeah, it's great at that.
Right, but what he's saying is that that only applies to an unwilling creature. So you can't like take something out of someone's
Like
hand.
you can't take
but
someone's
if they're
rib cage
willing,
out if they're unwilling, but I don't know what happens if they are willing.
I'm not going to allow you to teleport her ribs out of her body.
Well, not literally. I'm just teleporting the key, obviously,
or
in this
the
case.
key. No, that's not going to function properly.
Ooh.
You will teleport Saphira somewhere if you choose to do that.
Hmm.
Is there like a reverse mending spell? Like you take something and you unmend it from an object?
That's called
Disintegrate.
breaking.
That's what Ruzid does with
Okay.
doors.
I
Not
believe
as
it's
graceful.
called cast iron.
Not as graceful of a solution as I was hoping.
I guess maybe regenerate. That's the backup plan.
What if we opened Saphira, kept everything in place, and then made a mold casting of the key?
That's yeah. I'm sure
and then
there's no.
and then reverse time after that, and then use the mold to remake a key.
I think worst
Yeah,
case
let's just
scenario.
fill Saphira's chest with like concrete. That won't cause infection at all.
Well,
I
it
was
won't
thinking
if we
Buddy.
turn back time.
That'd be.
But I
then you
was
won't have the
also-
mold.
What if,
Yeah.
I think we could cut her up, lay her out on like some putty or sand, get the casting, and then worst case, give her a long rest. Let her sleep for 8 hours. She'll be good as new.
Somehow I don't think that'll work well.
And I hate that it's still our best plan right now.
Okay.
It's not
the
our
chest
best plan. I
was
still
here.
think we should do research.
The chest was here. Saphira's ex-lover ghost was here. I feel like there's a non-zero chance somewhere around here there might be a clue into getting it out. Otherwise, it might be back in Bourbon where the clue is. It's got to be one of those two places.
Yeah.
And if it's back in Barbon, then I have a bad feeling who might know.
How tough is adamantine structurally? Is it like? Would it be fruitless to try and just smash this thing open?
It's made of adamantine.
It
as
might
a
just
chest.
take a while.
I mean, I'm not familiar with the material, but I'm assuming it's probably like not dentable.
It's not easily dentable. It has an AC of 40. It's pretty
Gotcha.
impervious to damage.
Oh, yeah. I just googled the definition of adamantine. Yeah, I see your point now.
Amazing.
You can kill everything else on Wolverine, but adamantine stays around.
Hmm.
I think there's actually a comic where he regenerates off of the blood on his adamantine bones.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Badass.
I would like.
Did Corin get reference? Is it like at the edge of her ribs? Is it like at the base?
It is.
I know.
There are 2 ribs below the tip of the key.
What I mean to say is it closer to the middle of her chest or closer to like the
Closer to
side where the
spine.
rib?
It's underneath
Oh.
the shoulder blade. Is how
Oh,
we
man.
described it last week.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like bare minimum she's getting a full surgery with like a total rib replacement. Or losing ribs.
I really think
Well,
ribs
if they
regenerate
lose-
in 8 hours.
If they lose limbs, we could just regenerate them.
Yeah, but ribs, I don't know if those count as
Oh,
limbs.
limbs. I didn't say ribs.
We
Yeah.
would take the limbs just also.
Oh,
I'm
if
gonna
it's
check
in her
in.
shoulder and we cut her shoulder off, then
Saphira, Saphira, how does the character feel about this fairly morbid discussion?
He is like about 20% horrified, 60% curious, and then 20% like think of something for herself too.
Okay, hear me out, Sapira. You lose maybe 2 ribs at most. We convert those removed ribs into like a grip for one of your blades, or as an accent piece to one of your weapons.
I mean, that does sound awesome, but I mean,
I'm not locking it in. I'm just letting you know. Worst case scenario, not sounding that bad anymore, is it? Food
It's
for
pretty
thought.
bad. It's pretty bad. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's not. It's not that bad. Face it. It's not that bad.
see,
I
when
don't know about
when
you,
you're doing
Saphira. Personally, I'm pretty partial to my ribs. I feel like maybe we should, again, Tommy's recommendation, do some research. Just any other options before trying to tear out ribs.
I do think that is very much like worst case scenario territory. But I was gonna ask Tati, when you do that thing where you can go through stuff, does it just have to be stuff?
No, I can move through you, but in order for me to grab it, the key, I mean, I have to stop being intangible.
yeah. If only you could teleport it out, but I guess we can't.
Sapira, do you know anywhere? Is there like anybody else live here? Like, is there anything nearby that was like built? Like a building?
Is there a
Sure.
witch?
A witch, perhaps?
I came out here because it was quiet. I don't know what there is between here and Bourbon itself.
There are mute witches.
Potentially the best ones.
But
do you think I would have noticed one if they were mute?
good
'Cause,
point.
you know, we are talking about me here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can I make an Arcana check or something to see if it's some kind of spell that has caused this or is still causing this?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I would also.
So with a
God.
5, you don't know. You don't know anything that could cause this.
Can we assume Bryn would also?
Of course, I can roll an Arcana check.
Riz is
Go up.
also gonna try because he's an
Of course.
the guidance. 24.
Well, cool. You've got a 24, and Bryn has a 30. And this is where I get to send Bryn a message so he can relay it to you next week. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
So
I would do
evil.
that.
Wouldn't that be? You have to wait an entire week.
Everyone
to find out
text
where Bryn
Walker
went.
until he gets here. Just spam his phone.
Please don't do that. He's on a
He's only
date.
on a date. Let's end it.
Oh my god.
He's out on a date, guys. Let's leave the guy alone.
Or just looks at his phone and there's just 7 texts that say urgent, urgent.
Your
If you
character
don't
died.
mind, we will be cutting open Saphira.
Oh.
Okay, so what's the result?
Bryn's going to look at it and think about it for a long while. Well, you know, there's a non-zero chance that her bones were transformed or transmuted into another substance and the key was placed in them, or the key was transmuted and then put into the flesh. But you would have to cut Saphira open, or... Saphira, have you ever had a major chest injury? Because if you did, then when that was taking place, it would have been an easy matter to transmute metal and put it inside there. And when it retransmuted into a metal, you'd be able to have it be there?
Pull her shirt up and look at her scars.
You
Other
do you
than a
walk
broken
over and pull
heart.
her shirt up?
Just to see her scars.
Okay. Saphira, will you allow your shirt to be pulled up to check scars?
No, I'll step out of the way and then
Oh.
The ribs.
but then like I'll take a peek under my own shirt.
Okay. You appreciate beauty. I mean, it's not perfect, but pretty nice off. You can't see your own back, so it's impossible for you to tell, Saphira.
Oh,
I can see your back.
Oh, okay. Fine. But the rest of you, you know, turn around.
Okay. Coin looks just sort of philosophically at the water. With his hands
Coin?
behind his back.
Don't you think about skipping
No,
again?
already did a medicine check on you.
I might.
All right.
They reserve the right to be selective.
So, as Saphira raises her shirt, you look at her back, and there are numerous scars across her back. There is one that is about the size and shape of the key, but there's also a lot of cuts and slashes, old scars that are too numerous to have stories. Saphira has been whipped many times.
Oof.
There are segments that aren't just a whip, but actually a scourge, which is a whip that has bones and glass pieces threaded into the thongs. Saphira has suffered some amazing torture at some point, and I don't think she remembers where all these scars came from. Thanks for the sub, Champagne Coast.
Wow. So you have. Oh, this one. Actually. Okay, this one for sure could be the key, but this one looks like it would have opened you up enough. Maybe that they could have put something in. Is this. How much of this was voluntary, Saphira?
See, right now you're asking the person who would have the least ability to answer.
No. And you know. Well, we'll find out. Like I said, as soon as we figure out who needs killing, we'll kill him. But I think this scar right here might be the one that put the key in. Like, it's big enough. It's hard to imagine you would have done it yourself to your back, though. I don't think you can reach here.
It'll be very, very difficult to figured some of that would have just been like the typical punishment for mounting off my mother or mounting off to me first captain. I mean, you know, how it goes sometimes. But how many did you say there are back there?
Oh, do you want to? Yeah. Rough estimate. I'm going with. They're kind of piled on top of each other, so it's hard to get a full count.
Definitely
So your
more than
scars.
I can count for. Hi. Right. Oh. I can't even. Is there exact nature of the revenge I want on it? I don't know if I want to kill him or if I want to make him suffer, take everything it has, or just leave him behind and leave this all behind forever.
Time to
So-
decide. There's lots of ways to recover memories.
Oh, there are? Is that like
Oh, yeah, for
an
sure.
MCAT thing?
Is that what?
Like an MCAL thing?
Oh, potentially. So, it might be cleric thing. It might also be monster thing. And MKL for sure collects memories. And it is possible to request them. It helps when I do it. I know from, but I think with some more research, we could try to find out a better answer. I was just thinking, there's a lot of magics that involve memory modifications.
Oh,
But yeah, if we get to a temple with some really powerful clerics, ask Imkel. Might want, might know. Of course, she might also think that she. Maybe we should keep you separate from my aunt, though, until you've figured out the Osaba thing.
like that. That thing.
There's ways. We'll figure out something.
Alright, oh, let's start with this then. So, transmuting the very bones, something else to. Yeah, so, like, is there a way to re-transmute them again? Get the key out? Then. Oh, I mean, start thinking.
That sounds like a wizard thing.
Can we turn
Bruce
around
does?
yet?
Yeah, I'll tuck the shirt back down and then just I don't know. I would throw something at you. I don't have anything to throw.
Well, it definitely would have hit.
Yeah.
Me. I take it we're good. All right. I'm gonna try to peek back around, and when we see we're good, I'll walk back over. Any luck on anything there?
Definitely, the key could have gone in through the skin, through an opening in the skin at some point. Can I make a judgment for how long ago that scar that was where the big one where the key was?
Well,
Roughly how old that is?
Yeah, let's find out.
Medicine. Hate medicine.
Everyone hates medicine.
Not as
You
much
do
as
not know.
I hate medicine. Yeah, I think it was definitely at least, it wasn't done this year. For sure. I don't think it was done last year either. I'm judging that off of, it's already healed up and closed, and it doesn't look like red or puffy or itchy. And there's also some other scars on top of it.
Yeah, I believe that. Well, Saphira, if we want to go that route, it seems like it's going to be spectacularly painful, and it's going to involve at least breaking through the skin, probably breaking ribs. Because even if we can transmute it out, it seems like the way it got in there in the first place was through a big injury, which may have already shifted the ribs or cracked them at least or something. That's gonna be your call if you want to go through with that. We can also just try and take the chest with us, or again, still explore around here, look for more information, all those things. But I do understand if you're nervous about taking it, since we have a habit of losing ships at the moment.
We could bury it again.
That's also true. What do you think?
I'm thinking I got a different bad idea that I don't know if it'll work, but I don't know if I have the idea fully formed yet. So
Well, I'll tell you what. You want to think about it, and let's do a little research in the meantime. Let's. I'll go to the. What's the orb of memories called exactly?
Stone of Chronicles?
Stone of Chronicles.
You were like so close yet so far.
You guys found this thing.
The orb of
Did you know what I was talking about? Listen, who names a rock anyway? You could have just said the rock with memories. You're there.
I guess it's spherical, but I wouldn't call it an orb.
Yeah, well, maybe if we polished it a little bit.
Fair point.
I'm gonna take that and just start pinging whatever I can think of at it. Like, go into Saphira again, or key in rib, or bones holding objects, or transmuting bones, and just seeing anything that comes up.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So as you sit there, how long do you want to do this for?
I'm gonna do this until I notice something significant happening or people stop me.
Okay. Well, as Sison sits down to peruse the histories of the topics involved, what are you guys going to do for the next hour?
Legend lore?
Legend lore? Okay.
Actually, I want to. Well, if the others are willing to do a legend lore, I'd like to summon a family member and try to do essentially the same thing, but with all the history of a bunch of priests, basically, a bunch of funeral priests.
Okay. All right. And the rest of you guys are just going to mill about for the time being? Because I need to cover what Sison's doing. All right.
You hear the sound. Coin has skipped himself across the water once again.
Okay. Roll your performance check.
Do a legend lore, man.
I'm about to make a legend.
Belly
He says,
flop.
yeah, he trips before he even takes off. Just belly flops.
One of those fail army videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fail army.
The sand is so hard.
All right.
A lot of
so,
wax.
Sison, you will look into the Stone of Chronicles for anyone who's placed a memory about installing metal into bones. It is very difficult to find anything. You search and search and search, but you will eventually find a memory of someone leaning over a deer whose leg is snapped. They open the skin, and you hear yourself say, "Oh, dearie, that's terrible. You've got to get that set." And you see feminine hands reach in, pale skin, and with practiced movements, the fingers slide between the skin and the muscles and grasp the bone. You can feel how hard and sharp the tips are, and you bend and snap it back into alignment. There, that should... The deer isn't moving. It's not reacting to the torturous thing that you're doing. It's obviously unconscious, and it's behaving quite well. After all, it's not time to eat it yet, but we need it to grow and get fat. So we need to take care of our livestock. You don't look, but you are still observing the bones as your left hand exits the frame and brings back a small piece of metal, about 3 inches long, and place it right next to the bone. Your feminine right hand reaches over, and your eyes close. It's dark for a moment, and you feel the metal go from cold to hot under your fingers. Just enough, a little more. And you press down, and the metal sinks into the bone. You feel the surface of it. There it goes. Very nice. Now, to transmute from marrow to metal. and the metal goes cold once again. Your fingers reach off to the left to the tray that you know is there. You prick your finger on the needle. Ow! You look over at the needle that pricked you. There's a drop of blood on it. Black thread sits there already threaded. The tip of the needle red with your blood. You look at your fingertip, and the blood is forming a little droplet there. You lick it. You taste the iron of your blood. I hope that heals. You press your fingers together to stop the bleeding. You take the needle and begin sewing the muscle back around the bone and the skin around the muscle. You close the wound, and you reach up to the head of the deer, who's still unconscious, and you cup its cheek. And as you do so, you lean into its ear. You can feel the little hairs of the ear tickle your cheek. It's time to wake up now, dear. The deer's eyes blink and slowly open, their glass-like surface dark in this cave. For a moment, it's terrified, but you press your will against it using calm animal. The deer relaxes, and you help it stand up. It's a little fawn, not very big, but in a year or two, it'll make great venison. But for now, you need to let it out so that it can graze and grow, so that you can hunt it later. After all, if you're going to eat this winter, you need to have that. So you escort the deer out to the front of the cave, where you look out across a cove, very similar to the one that you are currently sitting at. In the distance, you see a ship. You think to yourself, well, it's been a long time since I've had a visitor. And that's where the memory fades.
Well, I'm gonna hurry back to the rest of the party. Try and wave everybody over. See if they've discovered anything in the meantime.
Okay. Tati, you were doing
Yeah,
legend
discovered-
lore. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying, Saphira?
No, I wasn't. I was doing a history check.
Okay. History check for
I was saying,
Saphira. Go ahead.
I have discovered that the plan I was thinking of would not have worked.
I kind of want to know what the plan was, though.
You know,
Gonna involve crushed to stone and stone shaping. But would have taken too much stone shaping, and I can't exactly petrify myself long enough for it to work, so no, it didn't work.
Cool plan, though.
Ain't it?
if it had worked, yeah.
Coin will return from the water. What is it we need a legend lore on?
Boss, we're trying to figure out how Saphira got a key in her body.
Yeah.
So a legend lore on Saphira, I suppose.
No,
No.
just like on what? I mean, if you've got an idea, but I thought you already did a legend lore on Saphira last night. You said
Did what?
we're right
no,
now.
we did
Oh.
Stone of Chronicles and then a legend lore on the guy we saw in the Stone of Chronicles.
Yeah.
I don't believe we actually did one on Saphira.
Not yet.
Lord Leandro.
Maybe that then.
No, we already did it on him.
I mean, I kind of get the feeling legend loring Saphira is just going to be like asking Saphira to describe her greatest accomplishments to you. Like it's
Yeah, it's not
it's
gonna
going to
be
be a
super helpful.
monologue. but
I think it does make more sense to pursue research on how it's possible to put a key inside of a person, because that might lead us to how it would be possible to take one out.
is that how legend lore works? I thought you had to research a person. I didn't know you could research a concept.
Well, I do have some
You can-
information
you can-
on that I can share first if you want to do before we jump
can-
into
I
legend lore.
You can describe an object in legend lore, but that's not the same as describing a process.
Wait, let's hear what Jason has to say. Or
Have at it.
Jason's almost
So
doing
I've
the
got-
potty dance. Almost.
So I've got good news and bad news. Bad news is I did see how the key was put in, but it is definitely like the person was severely injured, bones were already broken. I mean, not the key specifically. I saw someone put like metal in and then transformed into bone and then like it went back to metal. So pretty much what we assume happened with the key. It didn't look pretty. It was kind of like our idea that we have to basically tear it out, which does not seem ideal.
Yeah.
Now, the good news, inside of the memory, it seemed like the person doing it may have actually been nearby this cove. Judging by just kind of where I was looking from, I'm going to kind of judge from where the perspective probably would come from and give a vague pointing in direction. They may have been somewhere over that way and could just live somewhere nearby.
Yeah, but if this is the person who did that wound to Saphira, they're probably not going to take kindly to visitors.
Well, think about this. A, we don't necessarily know it's the same person. And if they just have the ability to do it, maybe they can take out the key. And B, maybe Saphira did this to herself purposely to hide the treasure and the key from whoever was taking away her memory, Cervantes, or Cervantes, So in that case, either way, I don't know why we shouldn't look around and see if we can find them, because A, they had the skill, B, maybe they've been waiting for Saphira even. Maybe Saphira said someday she was going to come back.
I mean, it's
Or
worth a
C,
shot.
they're bad people that did bad things to Saphira, and we can find them and then punish them.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
win-win.
not really afraid of them.
did you see what whoever it was looked like?
Well, I had feminine hands and was fixing up a deer to eat, and also said that I saw a ship, and I said it wasn't usual. I found people around here. Actually, thinking back to what the ship looked like, I'm gonna try and describe that to Saphira and see if Saphira has any memories of a ship that looks like that.
Okay. Saphira, roll a history check. Actually, I need a, we'll use a persuasion check or a charisma check. How would you like to describe the ship? What ability score? History or persuasion? Something communicative, Sison, to describe the ship you saw.
I'll go persuasion.
Okay.
Great. You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration on it just because that's so low for me. I could go higher than that.
Last
God.
words.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's fine.
All right. With a 14, you're able to describe a pretty decent ship. That's when I need Saphira to roll a history check, and I'm going to modify the DC 30 by 14, so you need to roll a 16.
She rolled a 32 already.
She rolled a 32 on history. Disregard. Saphira, your old ship that you commandeered from your captain, is the ship described? And Sison, Casimir would like to grant you inspiration.
Thank you. Clearly, I need it. It's like a ship. It had sails. There was wood.
That sounds just like my old ship.
It looked a lot like a boat. Have you ever seen a boat?
Saphira, you remember that a couple memories are coming back to you, Saphira. The crew of that ship wanted to chase you down because you took this ship here after abandoning them marooning them after they abandoned ship to go search for treasure, you brought the ship here. This is where you left the treasure. The treasure is in that chest. They were supposed to take it to Bourbon, but you decided to bring it here, to bury it.
We were take it to Bourbon. Perhaps we are supposed to take it to Cervantes. Bourbon. We say that to ourselves with absolutely no context.
So personally, I'm voting we go look for this mysterious person that may or may not be on our side, but could definitely have the potential to help.
I agree with that. Let's go.
Two.
Okay.
Oh, let's.
Do we need to leave anyone here to watch the ship? Maybe Bryn, how are you feeling? You seem kind of sleepy today.
I am kind of sleepy, you know. It's just last night was a lot, and I think I'm gonna go hang out at the ship. If that's fine. Someone needs to watch over it, and it just makes sense that the most intelligent one in the party needs to.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, we can't even argue that.
I found a mop and a bucket if you want to start cleaning up some of the blood.
You know, I think that exercise would be great. I'll get right on that. Captain Coin, sir, may I swab the decks?
Oh, geez, Bryn, let me see if you're qualified. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
Very well. If you're not here to RP, and we're trying to set you off to the side, I will make you swab the decks.
Hey, Bryn, before you go, I have some laundry on the ship. You think you could?
Of course. Do you like it folded in thirds or halves?
Surprise me. Just surprise me.
Okay.
Make it into swans.
Okay. How much starch do you like? How much starch do you like, Coin?
It doesn't matter. It all gets washed out within a day, anyways.
Well,
You know there's gonna be a really nice dinner when we come back, though.
Okay, yeah. What'll it be? Steaks tonight?
I'm
Yeah.
down to do my forward.
Or
Yeah,
some
I like it.
langoustine with pasta?
Yeah. I don't know. Everything he says sounds good usually.
I'll take like a raw paleo-style steak. Thank you.
Okay.
Slightly
makes it easy
charred
on
on the
me.
top.
Okay. That means it's
Season
not
it a
raw,
little bit,
Coin.
you know?
It's not raw,
I'll have a
Coin.
double animal style, some fries,
Almost. I said almost
onion.
paleo.
a shake.
Double animal style? Do you want your
Yeah.
fries animal style too?
No,
Chocolate or vanilla shake?
chocolate.
Okay. That'll be $13.98, I believe, if I remember right.
Wait, can you get my tab?
Yeah, I'll cover it.
All
Get
your
the next
life.
one.
For those who don't know, music just went to In and Out. God.
Oh, Bryn,
All
I'd
right.
also like you
Yeah,
to
that is
organize
pretty
all
close
my
to surprise.
papers, too, if
Oh
possible.
yes, yeah. I'm not gonna
Have
do
any
that,
papers?
Coin.
Our ship went down.
Yeah, and I think the paint needs a bit of repair on the side of it. It'd be
Yeah, I'm not
great.
gonna do that
Not to
either.
mention the
Wait, can someone
Actual
cast
hole.
control weather? They give you free hot chocolate if it's
Also the
raining.
holes.
Bryn at this point flips you guys off and starts heading to the ship.
Before we go, does
I'm
like
sorry, I
Ruben
forgot
record-
the fuck you guys.
Does anyone want to like put the chest on the ship so it's not just sitting here as we're doing our thing?
got you.
Or-
Ruzit immediately starts to put the chest on the ship. So you mention it.
So you fly it over to the ship, or do you eat it over to the ship?
I fly over.
Okay.
Can't eat that far.
What's your athletics score?
Maybe if you skip it on the water. it would-
I have a plus 15. I don't think I could.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think I
yeah.
could eat a chest a full mile that's made of
Yeah, yeah.
adamantine.
All right, so you can fly the chest over. It takes you better part of, 10, 15 minutes to get there and back, but not hard.
Okay, that's been scared away.
It was a little harder because Bryn was holding onto the chest, but you can still pull it off.
Bryn's light.
All right. You return to the party at the beach.
Okay, time for the fun part now.
All right. Who do we have that's good at tracking? I can get us to the vague area I saw in my image, probably. I hope.
+6 investigation. For whatever that's worth.
I've
Yes,
got
perception.
perception, but
Good
I
perception.
mean, if I could
too.
use my cloak, I could probably like sniff them out. I got a pretty good sense of smell when I got the dragon form, but right now, no.
Anyone got survival?
+2.
oh, do we want to just head out that way and see if anyone can pick up any tracks or see anything that seems humanoid with female hands?
I can put a mask on and at least have proficiency in survival.
Okay.
I'll look around. I'll hop on some trees, see what I see.
Okay. As you look around, let's get survival checks to look for tracks. That's what you're trying to do, right?
Is there any other
Signs of
sort of
life.
sign of someone? Yeah.
Yeah, not just tracks. Any sort of influence on the environment.
Sure. Absolutely. All right, Coin. So, as Coin looks around, Sison, you look around. Tati is
16.
finding some seashells, and Saphira, did you find your friends, or did they walk away without you?
I think she found herself.
I assume that all
wake up, wake up.
back to make sure Saphir is okay.
All right. Saphira, what's going on? What are you doing with your 2 survival?
I find a pair of tracks and start to follow it
No.
and get turned around and realize that they were my own tracks.
Understood.
At least you realized.
Yeah. As she pulls one of those moves that a dog does when they find their own tail, Sison, you can go ahead and collect Saphira. Coin! While they're not tracks, you can see from the top of this tree that there is a path that is worn into the rocks of the cliff wall. Its switchback goes near the top, and you lose track of it about 40 feet up.
Can Coin gauge whether these are like human-made tracks? Are they very narrow? Is it like beast tracks?
It's
very, like-
almost like a deer trail, but it's in the stone. You just see in the stone a path that could be walked by someone. As far as getting over to it, you'd have to walk over there from the tree to actually look at the tracks or whatever's there.
Coin would stealthily
Okay.
sort of follow the trail in such a way he keeps his crew in sight, but he
Sure.
splinters off further.
Okay, cool. As you
So
get
it's
up
a
on the path,
21
it's
stealth.
hit. Yeah, with the 21 stealth, awesome. You find the base of the path where it meets the beach. It is hidden behind a rock, but the moment you come around it, the path is very visible from this angle. It's about 4 feet wide, very well traveled. There's no individual print here, as the stone itself has been worn smooth by travel. It's like walking up a handicap ramp. You go up and then to the side, and as you do so, with your 21 stealth, you know that you're unseen from below, but you can see the beach yourself. Anyone who was up here would be able to be completely concealed from anyone on the beach.
Coin would make an immediate observation of the area, food crumbs, that kind of thing,
Sure.
debris.
Let's roll another perception check, please. 24. You find a few nibbled plants, but as far as any food or belongings or anything, you wouldn't find anything like that here. Take it back. There would be a thrown away hammer. It is a wooden hammer. It's old, and the head is broken on it. And it is a wooden head on this hammer.
Does this trail continue further from this point?
It goes up another 80 feet if you want to go that way. You'll just know that you are unseen from the beach. So no one knows you're up here. But you're free to continue if you choose to.
Coin will go back towards the party remaining on the path, trying to get the attention of anybody who notices him.
Until you leave the path, they will not be able to see you.
Okay, Coin will create some sort of a reference point for himself so that he can find it. Tall tree, rock, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. You know exactly where it is. It's
And then
not
he will,
going anywhere.
yeah, he'll splinter off to find somebody.
Okay. You find Sison redirecting Saphira to look not in the water.
Oh, we're all keeping busy.
Maybe
That's
like
great.
a swamp witch or something like that.
I think Coin would have seen them down there. He was underwater a lot.
No witches. No underwater witches.
Unless Coin was mind controlled, of course.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Eh.
Well, would a mind control person inform everybody that I found a path? Because I did.
Yes, if they were trying to keep us out of the water, but I don't think that's the
I was
case.
trying to lead you to some kind of trap to kill you all.
Can I
Which
get
I'm not.
a insight check from Sison? Is he being sarcastic?
Well,
Boy,
I felt
might
like
be trying to get you away from the water.
I will
Like ever-
also add to that you know by this point that Coin has a very dry, straight-faced sense of humor. So it
To
may
be
actually
fair-
be believable.
No part of me really thought there were witches in the water until now.
To be
I don't know.
clear,
Ever since
Coin is legitimately trying to get you away from the water.
It's true.
It's true. Oh,
Let me reiterate. There is a path. And it's not like a bunny path either. This seems to be like the road most traveled kind of thing.
We'll be coming back to the water. You can't keep me away from it forever.
Well, that's where we parked, so I certainly hope we return to it.
All right, let's check out the path then.
Sazin,
I think
Saphira,
we
where's Tati?
want to not let Saphira go in the back.
We should call Tati and Ruzid too if he's out here.
Yeah, I assumed they were nearby. I thought they were kind of with you, but
As
Were
you
they?
split the party 3 ways. Tati,
only if you're doing well.
where are you? Yeah, right. It's better than the 8 ways you
I-
guys split each other in the Cornenac room.
I'm
What?
definitely keeping close to Ruza just in case he turns into a dragon, because he's my red.
So, which way are we going? I don't actually know.
Well, we're not going anywhere. We're just looking for any signs that somebody might live around here. Like, what if they have a secret, invisible, hut hidden behind,
Well, it would be a
illusion
lot
spell?
easier to figure this one out if we just got some high ground.
You want to go, up onto the cliffs and look down?
Why can't we just fly around and I'll carry you and we'll just look around?
Deal.
Did you say real?
I said deal.
Oh, deal. Deal.
Real deal.
Okay, let's do it. And then Rue's gonna pick Toddy up, and we're gonna start flying around looking.
Cool. Roll your perception checks.
With advantage
great.
because of our super good advantage up here.
Negative.
Deal for
So, Bruce has got an 11, and Tati's got a 25.
Nice.
damn.
Tati, you see a cave that matches the description that Sison has provided. It's at the top of
Hey,
a
Bruce, look.
switchback path.
Look over there. There's a cave.
Ah,
Just like that other hag that lived in a cage where the wind blew.
Oh god, are we gonna have to deal with that crap again?
Hags love
I hope
caves.
Well, I mean, caves are nice if it's my cave, but if it's the hag's cave, then it's not nice. And you get what I mean by that?
I think you would outfit a cave much better than any of the hags we've met.
Exactly. It would look amazing.
You could have like trophies and chests and maybe like
Trophies
some
and
things
chests.
that you can like hit, like training dummies,
Kind of fun.
or like training dummies you can set on fire.
It would need some servants too.
Yes. And it would be nice if it had enough space, and also like an inside pool that we could like swim in. That had a chute, like an underground waterfall that went straight to the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Wanna go
Yeah.
find the others and tell them about the cave?
Yeah, we should
Or
probably
should we
do
check it
that.
out first?
I mean, we could go in by ourselves, but I feel like that never ends well with us.
Yeah, probably if we went by ourselves, the others would get into trouble. While
Yeah,
we were
that
busy.
too.
Whee!
As you guys swoop down upon the party, Coin is walking across the beach towards Sison. You guys can meet up together.
Hey, we found a cave that matches Syson's description.
Cave.
Perfect.
I found a path, but I didn't seem cave related.
I mean,
Well, it's really easy to spot these things when you can fly around and just look.
It was up there.
Yeah.
You guys can go check out the cave. I kind of want to follow the path and see where
Have
it
you thought
goes.
that the path leads to the cave?
It's possible.
Well, maybe we just like checked out the path altogether real quick, and if it leads to the cave, then perfect with the cave. Because something could happen if we separate too far.
Okay, let's do it then.
I guess so.
Okay. So, you guys going over to the path?
Are we trying to sneak up on this?
I should probably convey. I don't know if we were being watched, but along the path, I found a spot that seemed like it would be ideal for watching us. Not any signs anyone was, but there were some like objects around there. Like someone definitely has at some point in their life scouted out the beach, and we should at least see that because we might not be alone.
I feel like we should go as though we're friends, because really, if all goes well, we're gonna go ask for help getting the key out of Saphira's chest. If things go bad, I mean, we can always fight our way out. If they're evil, do some smiting. But I feel like we don't want to just sneak up on them, and be like, "Hey, can you give us a hand?" Because that might set the mood kind of poorly.
Do we have anything
Yeah.
to negotiate with?
Intimidation.
Who did no?
I meant like maybe Coin could buy some services to get a key out of Saphira.
Technically, Saphira, like they might want whatever's in that treasure chest. I honestly,
We got those too. Maybe they're interested in those.
I'll sweet talk them. I'll find something. I don't know if I can fabricate it on the spot right now, though. I need to like see their face.
I
Gotta
believe
get a read.
They do some
All right,
defining
just
personality.
give me the nod if you want me to like dig into the bag of holding or something.
Yeah,
Oh
I'll
wait,
put
not
up.
a nod, because a nod means we all draw weapons. It'll have to be
Yeah.
a different signal.
No. I'll put up 3 fingers to the side, like under the belt, and that's your indication to just like pull some random shit out and we'll sell it.
All right.
Wait, so we're selling
go
our
up
junk to
like
this
friends.
person now?
Well, it's more
You
like
got
you
a lot
pull
of good
some.
junk.
It's a cover, like, hey, we're salesmen. Here's our stock.
A wandering band of 5 salesmen. Yeah, that makes sense.
And our
Yeah.
worship.
It worked when we did the barrel, so I work here.
Okay.
All right, Coin will walk you to the path.
All right. You guys going up the path?
Specifically to the point where he suspects someone may watch the beach from, to reiterate about that.
Sure.
Then he'll say, like, this is as far as I went, any further, and it's unknown territory. As he starts walking.
Take the lead in case something goes wrong.
If something goes wrong, improvise like we always do.
All right. As you guys
Oh,
follow the
Might not
Go ahead.
know. Sazen might not know that there's a. If we all have to draw weapons all at the same time in order to intimidate someone, the signal is a nod, like this.
I thought that meant yes.
It does sometimes, like most of the time, but sometimes it means we all draw weapons.
Do you
So to be
remember when we
clear-
first met at the tavern and everyone randomly pulled out swords at you? Yeah, that was the signal.
Well, I thought that was everyone pulling swords. I thought it kind of group vibe was one sword to draw and everyone draws.
You're half right. Now you know the indicator. It's a nod. It's an upwards nod from me. If it's downwards, ignore. Upwards, swords out.
Downwards good, upwards bad. Got it.
Coin nods up and down at you, sort of reflexively.
I'm gonna just kind of nod my head as well, looking confused and realize what I'm doing.
Huh. Interesting.
It's called
Ruth-
context clues, everybody.
I'm when I just feel like it's the right time, I'll just attack. How's that sound?
I'll work
Like-
with that. It's not as cool, but I mean, I guess rused mauling somebody is also a good, like,
What do you mean? It's very cool.
it's like a good indicator to everyone draw your weapons. Let's keep walking the path. Let's keep following it.
You got it. You got it.
Okay. Cool. So you guys follow the path. You guys go up and up, and eventually the trees and plants form an arch over the path. It's plenty tall for each of you to walk standing up, but you are completely shielded from the sky above as you are doing so. You are invisible from the beach. If Bryn was looking for you guys now, you'd be completely gone. As you come up, you round the bend, and before you is a small opening about the size of a person. But if you were to walk in sideways, you could not touch both walls if you were careful. Those of you who are more stout might have to squeeze a little bit. This is the cave that Ruzid and Tati saw from the sky.
Does this seem familiar to me as well?
Yes, it does. Sorry. Yep.
Alright, well, this is what I remember, so shall we go in? Ruzid, are you gonna be able to fit in here like that? Or you didn't take form, did you?
No, I'm still me.
Oh, okay, we're fine then.
All right.
Well, I'll squeeze in first unless anyone else wants to go.
I'll squeeze in right behind you.
Let me go first. I'm gonna go quietly.
Okay, alright, I'll go behind you then in case something goes really wrong so I can guard your back.
Coin will be last through.
Okay. Awesome. So as you guys go into this cave, it is dark. It is dank and musty. You look around. Up ahead, there is a table that looks just like the table you saw in your vision, Sison. There's a couple chairs. There's a small wooden box on the table. There's a silver platter that you know at one point held the needle and thread. The cave goes deeper beyond that, but this is what you see at the moment, just illuminated from the entrance.
This is about the extent of what I know. The person was here. I'm going to kind of whisper this to people. Person was here, helped stitch up a deer, and then kind of put metal into the bone to help seal things over. They definitely had strong magic. That's about all I know.
Anyone been here recently?
Roll an investigation check. With a 20, you're able to tell that the box does not have much dust on it. The table is clean. There hasn't been any birds or bats in here. The metal tray is also equally clean. Unless there's something magical going on, someone's been here very recently.
Do we want to announce ourselves?
I feel like they'd already know if they're here.
Just call into the... I'm Tati. Is anyone here?
You wait for a couple moments.
Echo!
Your voice echoes deep into the cave.
Echo Rex is somewhere else.
Echo Rex is somewhere else.
True.
You hear a voice next to you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
A formal greeting would be a good start.
Hello, 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 hello. With this many echoes in here, you can't tell where this is coming from.
Hey,
Hey.
Coin is going to point at Saphira. Do you recognize her?
There's silence. Somewhere in
This
the
be
cave.
the one time Saphir in disguise.
Is she? Oh, fair enough.
Somewhere in the cave, you hear a shuffle of fabric.
We don't mean any harm. We're just come for some help.
Help, 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 help. What
I
kind
get
of
the
help do you
feeling-
want?
We might be familiar with your work.
Interesting.
Okay, it is interesting. Not that interesting. I'm wondering, I'd love to know about your policies. Is this your craft, your hobby, your service? Is this something that you're open to? Are you familiar with the reversing the process? You got an opinion on that?
Maybe.
Would you be willing to come out and talk in person? Again, the intention isn't to come here and cause harm.
One. Only one. I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you.
Would you be willing to take two if one of us left their weapons behind?
One has to be the pirate girl.
Alright, Saphira, come with me.
Right?
Here we go.
Sending the monk.
Do you not want us to send them up?
You're very reductionist, you know? Don't judge a book.
Do my best. Do the rest of you leave the cave, or what do you guys want to do?
I kind of assumed we could stay here, but if they want us to leave,
It's up to you guys. How do you want to proceed?
I'll hang out here. I want to try to listen in on the echoes.
Really wishing Bryn had cast his Discord server before we went in here.
Oh,
That would've
damn,
been
I
smart.
forgot. I can
Yeah, let's
roleplay
go
with
for it.
Wait, I think we razzed him too hard. He totally blew that up and was like, "Nope, I don't want to hear from you anymore."
I was
Definitely
gonna
like that.
For
say,
next session.
I was gonna say it's normally in character for him too, but I felt like in that situation he would have been
A little distracted.
annoyed enough to be like, just tell me if you need me.
All right. We'll wait here for you guys. Shout if you need anything. I'll be there. Before you go, wait, Saphira, I'm gonna give you a death ward.
Coin, I'm gonna give you guidance,
Thank you.
but like subtly, like I'm like on the down low.
How does remote guidance work? Are you just like giving him a compliment? He's like, oh,
You're like,
okay, we're better.
it's not remote. I'm still up in your face about it. I'm just doing it subtly.
No, I meant mechanically. I thought guidance was like a verbal process of helping someone. So if you're far away, you're just sort of prepping him.
But it's more like a blessing. So like,
Fair enough.
if you fuck this up, don't even worry, because my family's gonna catch you on the other side.
That's what I needed to hear, Tati. That
Coin,
my
do you
death
want
will be less
to-
painful. Thank you. A death ward? Nah. Save it.
All right. Take care in there. All right, both of
I
you.
got the key. All right.
All right.
Hey, Cave, consider this a negotiation. All right, open table, open conversation here.
Fine.
And then
Fine.
he'll walk in
Fine.
with Saphira.
Okay. It's been a long time. Been a long time. Why'd you come back? You said you wouldn't come back.
Oh, thing is, I kind of also remember saying that.
What do you mean?
Not
What do you mean?
saying I didn't. Oh, apparently, the things I remember aren't all that true anymore. Someone's interfered. But that's only somewhat related, possibly tangentially. See, before I said I weren't gonna come back, I think it's possible I may have visited you to get a key hidden within me.
That was me.
Okay, good. I figured, but you know.
Was it? No, I gotta ask you. You clearly recognize her. With the last time you saw her, was she alone?
Yes. Very alone.
All right, I think I know what's gone down here, Saphira. So sorry, my audio cut out. So
You're good.
if you've had worked with someone previously and they wished to reverse it to have their implant removed, what would that process look like?
Pain. Lots of pain.
Survivable pain or like die pain?
I'm unsure. I've never
What
had
if
to
they-
remove anything before. And walking out of the shadows is this woman.
If you were to have a healer on standby, would that increase the odds a little bit?
It helped. But even then, what she asked me to do wasn't without cost. Her ribs are forever changed. Should you remove the key, there's no guarantee that she'll be able to fight well again.
Coin just sort of turns to Saphira.
I'll guarantee is that light risk, big risk, certainty.
How good of a healer is your friend?
I mean, if you ask me again in one level, I mean one, month, I'd say one of the best. Right now, I mean, if she gets to the brink of death, I can pull her back quickly. If she drops, if she loses a pulse, might be tougher. But I can stop her bleeding. A sort of gradual death I can prevent. Instant death, not so much.
We can go slow, but painfully.
I mean, whatever's the less risky, I suppose.
Understand that if the key is removed, her left side will be in pain until it is truly cured by time.
But she's also more flexible too on the left side, right? So, pros and cons.
In time, perhaps.
See that? Hear that, Saphira? More flexible. That's good.
That's then indeed.
Would you permit anyone else to come back here if we were to do this? We know we have someone else with us capable of healing. Wouldn't hurt to have him in the room.
You would leave.
I would leave.
I will only work with one other.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't like backseaters either. Okay. Coin's gonna gauge. We'll just say objectively, who would be best to have with Saphira during an operation like this? Because Sazin can do like a big 70 HP heal at once, right?
I will have you keep in mind, I also have spells that can do healing over time.
That too. Whereas Coin really only has hands of healing, and potions of healing. So he cannot. Depending on how much damage she's taking per second, to put it in like mechanical terms, it might be better to have Sazin here.
Sazin can help with the saving throws too, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's
And I'll put Revivify if I need to bring her back.
all right. Coin.
Obviously not that though.
No, it's not gonna happen. It's totally fine.
After a moment of thought, Coin will look up to her and say, "Okay, I think there's someone else who would be best suited to assist with this that we know. I'll swap out." And then he'll start walking out. Then he'll say, like, "Also, you stutter a lot. I'm not judging, but it's just like
the cave's echoes to mask my presence.
right. Okay, I'll be outside." Then he just walks out.
She looks
he'll
at
get-
Saphira before Sazin comes in.
Yeah.
It is strange that you've returned to this place. You swore an oath not to do so. Why have you come?
I remembered that oath. Well, I'm not entirely sure I would have followed it, but apparently I had been. Well, I mean, simply because, as cliche as it sounds, I was in the area. But, I think I'm finally doing something good for the world. And that took me back here.
Strange.
Keep going.
You keep going. Where to, though, Pirate Princess?
Well, first, Bourbon. Face whatever I need to face there. Then we'll see where whatever we find out takes us after that. I don't expect I'll be staying all that long.
Did you go to Bourbon, and you face that which you fled? The price may be your head. Your friends approach. What do they know?
They know that I came from here. They know that memories were altered. I think at this point they may know about as much as I do. They don't know who you are because I don't know who you are.
Very well.
You
They
know,
call me the Lady of the Cave. It is a title that I hold and will keep my identity confidential.
well, it is quite a poetic title. Someone who inspires such poetry herself.
Pirate Princess, you cannot flatter me.
Well, I can certainly try.
And fail. Is this your companion?
Hey, what I missed?
You missed the fact that we are about to cut your friend open, to rend flesh from bone, metal from bone, tearing the sinew and marrow from her being, to expose it to the daytime air. You have been brought here to serve as aid for her. Do you accept this responsibility?
Depends. Is this what you want, Saphira? Is this what you're down for? Because I'll be with you the whole way, but this has to be your decision.
I think there is even a small chance that getting this key to provide answers is worth it. And
Then I'll have to do
you know,
it.
if it holds merely riches, then not a bad consolation prize.
I'll do it then. Before we get started, what would be best here? Am I supposed to wait till the end and do all the healing I can? Am I supposed to be gentle healing over time? Should I be doing both? I don't want to mess up the operation.
The grung that came before intended for this to be slow and painful in order to ensure that she does not die from the shock.
Well, the good news is I'd know if she was about to die, because I do have my death ward on her. So we could try and go a little faster, and then I could slam some healing in if it starts getting close, and then we could go from there. What would you prefer, Saphira? Slow and painful, or a little bit riskier and then you got the cushion of the death ward.
I don't like either option, but I really would rather not die. So, because of
Oh, I know.
So I will accept slow and painful instead.
Okay, what is?
Slow and painful it shall be. Know this.
Hope I do not regret those words.
Once the process has begun, it cannot be ended by anyone. Should another enter the cave during the operation, I will slay her and you. Am I understood?
Yes. Before we get started, do you mind if I go back and tell them that? Because they're probably sitting there wondering when they should worry.
She slowly nods and
Right.
begins moving the metal tray to allow Saphira room on the table. Saphira, she does not invite you onto the table yet. She's going to wait for Sison to return.
I'll be right back, Saphira. I'm
So,
gonna
Coin,
rush
do you
out.
think we could like sneak in and watch what's happening?
I mean, I didn't get like a bad vibe. Didn't seem like he was trapping or trying to steal. It almost seemed like it was just someone who was surprised a client came back.
Oh, maybe her customer service hasn't been great.
Eric, how far did Coin walk to return to Tati from
Close
where
to
they?
150 feet.
So we're in earshot. I don't think we need to like peer in. I think we're in running distance and earshot of anything that goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
As
Hey,
don't you want to see her?
I saw her once. It honestly, it's kind of a shadow lurker. It's hard to see anything, anyways.
real quick, guys.
I
Come
won't
around
stop
the
you.
corner. Heads up.
Sison.
Beautiful crazy witch in there who is going to try to take the key out. I'm gonna go do healing, as Coin said. She said she'll kill anyone and Saphira who comes in there if it happens while it's going on. I believe she could probably kill Saphira if her hands are inside her chest. I don't know about the rest of everyone, but just throwing that out there. Don't come until we shout.
That's
or-
interesting. Tati, you should tell Sason exactly what you were telling me.
Did anyone actually make
40
a
seconds
save
ago.
point, by the way? I sure hope someone did.
I did it, Don. Rizit. We're good.
Well, what-
Okay.
Maybe we should have like a code word so we know, if someone's being attacked or if someone's just being tortured because a key is being pulled out of it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Saphira screaming. If you hear this keyword from me, oh god, you're killing her, then come in.
All right,
kinda-
if I hear that, we're gonna come in.
Alright. Wish me
Okay.
luck. I'm gonna rush back over.
As you are still away, she looks at Saphira. Are you prepared for death? Did it arrive?
We have been prepared for death ever since I left Arbonne in the first place.
Very well. Know this. You will feel 4 sharp pains when we perform the operation. One after the other. Each one will take you closer to death itself. Should you fail to tolerate even one, you will die.
Was
I'm sorry, repeat that?
better toughen myself up. I suppose I'd better toughen myself up.
Indeed.
I
She pulls her
Potion of
sleeves
pull
up
off
a little bit.
pull off the potion of invulnerability from my belt and ask, will this like interfere with operation at all?
It will make it harder for you to survive. I would not encourage
And-
such a beverage. Modifications to your constitution could cause severe problems. Any sort of foreign liquid could cause problems. This
Then that
is
rules
as
out
you are.
the other potion. Alright.
Just for clarification, before we go through this, Saphira, are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the mechanics of this as Sison comes walking up. You're going to feel 4 pains. Each of the pains will get significantly worse. The first pain is going to be a Constitution saving throw of a DC 10. The second's going to be a DC 12. The third will be a DC 14, and the last one will be a DC 18.
Got it.
Okay.
Huh, I'm
If
glad.
you
Suddenly
fail-
very glad Tyson's standing in the room.
It seems really good.
Yeah, that's
So that's where we're at. And if you fail even one of them, your character dies.
Right.
However, if you survive all 4 of them, you will retrieve the adamantine key from your ribcage. She will have it available to you and be fine. If anyone outside interferes at all, she will kill you. Because her fingers are right next to your heart, and it's very easy to do so.
right.
All right. Still cool with it?
Yes.
All
Although I
right.
will ask, say so if we can. Did you prepare bless by any chance?
You know, the worst part is I just stopped preparing because we had so many potions of heroism.
I mean, if there's time for you to go grab one from the bag.
She
I
literally
mean-
just said that she can't drink potions.
Yeah, I can offer that, but
Understood.
exactly.
Gotcha.
All right, well, listen, I'll stay right here next to you. I'll hold your hand if you want. I'll give you a little distance, but I'll be ready to heal. I'll be ready. I can drop another death ward, which might help out here. I'll have you back any way I can. All right.
Right.
Now the question is, Saphira,
Hmm?
are you going to allow inspirations to influence this? That's up
Yeah,
to you.
Probably gonna
Depends on how hard you want to
Okay.
make it for yourself in this case.
Yeah, I definitely will be. Like, I'm factoring that in as a possibility.
Okay. How many inspirations are you willing to consume? All of them? I'm cool with all of them.
All of
if you
them.
want to do that.
Yeah,
Literally
as-
all of them.
as-
The
as-
answer would be all of them.
as many as I'm offered.
All right. I'm cool
I
with
have,
that.
I have my own throw out if needed.
Okay. Just establishing where we're at with this because we're talking character death here. All right.
Before this gets started, I would like to go next to her and offer to hold her hand during the procedure.
She looks at you. You do not wish to die yet.
I meant Saphira's hand, not her hand.
Oh, okay. Saphira, will you accept the touch from Sison?
Yes.
Does this have
Right.
any mechanical benefit?
I'm also going to prepare Death Ward to cast if my other Death Ward breaks as a reaction.
Okay. Cool. Are you ready to begin?
am as ready as I'll ever be.
For the record, GM Eric is nervous. All right. As she opens the wooden box, she gestures to the table for you to lay down.
I'll lay down.
She reaches into the wooden box and pulls out a long knife. It's S-curved like a kris, and she pulls it right next to your back. She very gently and gracefully raises the back of your shirt so that you're still modest and private. Sison won't see anything other than all the scars that crisscross your back like a road map. She traces the scar that she intends to cut into, pressing the cold steel against your shoulder blade. It sends a shiver down your spine, goes down to the back of your knees and to your toes. We are about to begin. She looks up at Sison. Do not interfere, or she dies. The curved blade cuts into an old scar. The flesh parts easily as it opens, and you can hear the metal scraping on bones, Sison. Saphira, you're conscious for this. It cuts and burns as the air hits the nerves. You have an urge to scream. Do you do so, or do you not?
I try my hardest to resist. I don't think I'm very likely to succeed at that.
Okay. That's up to you how you would like to proceed on that one.
I would argue there's also an aura of courage around me that might help you.
Ooh. What's the aura of courage
So
do?
It's supposed to prevent myself and friendly creatures within 10 feet from being frightened, but, you know,
Okay.
depends how you want to read into it here.
So at this point, I think Saphira is whimpering but not screaming.
Okay. The woman pauses for a moment, hearing your discomfort, reaches into the wooden box, and pulls out a rolled up piece of leather and hands it to Sison for her to bite down on. Sison, what do you do with it?
So you hand it to Saphira or to me?
To Sison.
I'm gonna slowly move it over to Saphira's mouth to see if she would like to take it in her mouth in order to bite down on it.
I will.
Okay.
Alright. I'll grip your hand tighter.
Saphira, you feel that S-curved dagger slice into the meat of your back. You can feel your arm, your left arm, go limp as tendons are cut. You feel fingers, warm, but not as warm as your back, reaching in and pulling up on the shoulder blade so that your arm shifts and locks forward. Your hand can still hold Sison's, but your arm has lost all strength and motion in it. Now, we reach for the key. You hear the scrape of the knife on the bones of your ribs. You can feel the pain as the muscles are disconnected, the nerves cut. Sison, are you watching or are you looking somewhere else?
I'm watching.
Okay. You watch as she shaves the bone free of the muscle, revealing an adamantine key with one very pretty ruby in it. I did not think to see this again. And she will disconnect the muscle from all four of the ribs. You can see the white bone shining in the dim light from the entrance of the cave. Saphira, how are you doing? Okay.
Real.
You said keep going.
Here is the first one, and she presses the dagger point right next to the key and begins to pry the key free of the bones. You'll hear the crack of a rib as the key comes one rib free. Saphira, I need your first Constitution saving throw of a DC 10 or die. You were successful.
Golden. God, you only have +1.
Oh, I'm right next to you, so it's.
Well, it's +6 with me, but like, oh god.
Not making me feel
Who's
better.
doing this?
One down. 3 to go. You are doing well, Pirate Princess. I hope for your sake you can endure the next. The dagger slides across the key to the next bone. The point digs, and the pierce that goes through your body, the marrow, the nerves that run up and down your spine cause your legs to spasm. Saphira, I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw, DC 12, as the knife pops the key off of another's rib. DC 12 or die.
I'll use my inspiration here.
Okay. That's
With
a success.
Satan's aura, that's with me.
Because of Satan's aura, you succeed. 2 down.
Yeah.
3 to go. 2 down.
Glad I
2
pulled
to
the coin
go.
out of there.
The knife slides down the metal surface of the key. The air is getting into the back of your lungs. It's making it hard to breathe, Saphira. Your left lung feels like it's about to collapse. Your heart is pounding. The next one is now. And she punches down into your rib. This time your entire body goes rigid with a DC 16. Saphira, your Constitution saving throw.
Roll is. Yet.
Beautiful.
Right.
You succeed. The last one, Pirate Princess, to free the key that you had me. I'm sorry? Oh, yes.
Saphira is beeping with the finger around.
The last one, to free that which you had me keep secret for years. The deal we made comes free. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw of a DC 18 or die.
It's one short.
You can have my inspiration.
Which chat would like to grant inspiration now, as Saphira needs it once again. So thank you, Champagne Coast.
Why do you take coins, too?
Coin. Your inspiration granted to Saphira is a 19. As the key pops free, it clatters to the table. She lived. Now, to close. She holds her hand over the ribs. Sison, you can see that there is a cutout in her ribs where the bones have been broken outward. Those are going to take forever to heal. She's going to have a hard time swinging her cutlass. The woman takes the muscles and with deft fingers holds them next to the bone, holds her hands over them, and welds them back to the bone, one by
I'm going
one.
to quietly say, may I? And kind of motion with one of my hands.
She looks at you. Do not interfere, or she will die.
Very well.
And you're wanting to cast Lay on Hands, but she hasn't suffered any hit point damage.
Okay, fair enough.
So, the muscles are reattached to the bones. Very slowly, you feel your arm pop back into place as the tendons pull in and reattach. She takes her time. This takes about 2 hours of work in order to rebuild your shoulder. Eventually, she gets everything close to closed, and she pushes the skin together. She reaches over to the wooden box and pulls out a needle that you'll recognize, Sison. It has black thread on it, and she begins to sew the wound shut, stitching it carefully and professionally. The stitches don't stand proud. She'll be able to move and wear a shirt no problem with these stitches. It's masterfully done. This woman has done it many times before. After the 2 hours, she steps back and looks at Saphira. Pirate Princess, you live. You have that which we have kept secret for years. The key that you brought me and sought to keep secret from all. Now, what do you pay for my services?
Vera is kind of out of breath at this point. What is the cost other than pain?
The last time you brought me a ship and asked me to send you to a faraway land. Now, what do you offer?
I have much to offer. Now,
I can offer you my shield.
what you
I
want?
was my friends with.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Mm,
You guys talked over each other.
Go ahead, Severe.
said, I forgot what I said. You go first.
I'll kind of step in front as you're clearly tired and in great pain. I can offer my shield, that which I protect my friends with.
She looks at it and raises an eyebrow. You offer me a curse. Why would I wish to be cursed by that which you keep to yourself? No. I will not take on the troubles that you have chosen for yourself. Find another, or Saphira's soul belongs to me.
Belongs to you.
That's all that I have with me that I can offer. But if it's in my power to get it for you, what is it that you would desire?
He looks at you. I desire the firstborn of your party.
That's not a deal we can make.
That has two interpretations, and I'm curious to know which one she means.
So Sison says that's not a deal you can make?
Yeah. Would you accept any other items our party could offer? I could offer you this armor, which I can promise you is not cursed and is truly done a lot and means a lot to myself personally. I'm sure we have some other items we could offer if you're interested in not in the armor.
What would I do with armor?
What did you do with the ship?
That is a
She
good point.
smiles, and she did something with the ship. What she did with the ship is very obviously used it for some purpose of her own, and it probably didn't end up good, A, for the ship, and for whoever she was involved with. And I'm just giving you that as your passive insight.
Fair enough. You've seen our party, I have no doubt. You've noticed he's here along the beach. You don't see people here often. What do we have that you want? What can we offer you? I cannot give you the firstborn of our group. That's not in my power and not something that the group will agree to do. You must have your eye on something in particular, things in mind.
I smell a collection of souls. I will trade one of value equal to that of the pirate princess. And if you do not have one of such value, I will accept more until the value is met. Is that satisfactory?
I'm not the one who can make this deal, but we can bring in the one who has the power to accept it.
Very well. One, and the pirate princess does not leave until our negotiations are concluded.
I understand and know this comes to any harm lying on.
What was that, Saphira?
I don't think I'm going much of anywhere right now anyway.
And I need to ask, did the player see the message I sent before the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. You cool with that?
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. Alright. Alright, so Sison, you gonna go and retrieve somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back, give Saphira a quick squeeze, and then go back. Let everyone know what's been happening really fast, and be like, Toddy, I assume they're talking about you. I know you've got some souls on you. I don't know if you're willing to trade them, but Saphira's life is on the line right now, and I think you're the one who has what they want.
I don't know about that.
Do you not have souls on hand? I feel like you grab them, don't you?
I have them, but they're not mine to give away. I can help facilitate a question with them.
Maybe one of your souls is like open for like negotiation. Like, yeah, I'll take the highest bidder, something like that.
I don't. I mean, it
Like a
sounds like you
kinky
need a
soul's gotta be in
negotiator.
there. I don't know. To me, I don't have any souls. I don't even have mine. At least that's what my
I'll
mother
go.
used to say.
Your mother was wrong. But I'll go
Correct.
meet her. But I don't
Well,
think
why
I
don't you
can.
iron out the terms of this deal before she started cutting Saphira open?
She did. She said there would be a cost. No one asked what that would be.
I wasn't in the room when the
Yeah, I know.
so-called numbers were being put up.
Matter of fact, I don't even think I heard that part.
How is she? Is she a money person? Do you think this
Doesn't
could maybe?
seem like a money person.
Definitely
you
seems like
asked
a
her?
soul person.
I don't know. I had like 2 good paydays. I'm not saying I want to, but
Based
better
off the
than
fact
losing
she
a
lives
soul.
in a cave in the middle of nowhere, she's probably not a gold coin person.
You could transmute it into a soul. You could go spend that somewhere. Someone will take it. It's like a soul IOU.
You go speak with her, see if you can come to an accord. Before all goes incredibly poorly and shit hits the fan, I'll talk to her one more time if it comes to that, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so Tati, you gonna go inside?
Yeah, sure.
As you walk inside, you feel uneasy, Tati. Something here is wrong. As you come forward, the chill goes down your spine. This is not what she appears to be. She looks at you as you
Can I-
approach, calm and calculating.
Do like an insight check or something on this lady?
All right,
Can I do a religion check on this lady?
you can certainly try. Check comes in as a 25. With a 25, she's got an air about her that reminds you of your interactions at church. The aloof, self-confident air of one of the high priests of MKL.
Are we talking good
She's-
church or bad church?
Probably the bad church. She's not necessarily, there's no iconography here, and it's not directly that feeling, it's adjacent to it. It is that feeling of she does hold the power of death in her hand and is ready and willing to usher someone into the presence of MKL for reasons that she chooses. You are dealing with someone who is using a form of divine magic in order to do her things. However, it's been twisted and is not the best use of the magic. She has done as the deal was formed and removed the key from Saphira, who now holds the key. And she looks at you as you approach and has done nothing offensive to you. It's just this feeling.
Hi,
She's-
I'm Tati.
Hello, Tati.
That's okay. If you're not a big talker. I hear you're looking for something that maybe I'm holding for you.
You do not hold it for me as of yet. But your friend, the pirate princess, owes a debt. And
You
is...
call it that?
Yes. Well, why would I not? For the one who stole the Jewel of the Sea? The last time you were here, you traded the jewel for the embedding of the key in your spine next to the ribs right there. And she points at your back. She didn't embed it in the spine, in the ribs. I misspoke. The jewel is now gone, lost. But now she has my services, but has not paid a debt. She lives, but unless I am paid, I will accept only her soul as payment. The other one with the green hair, valorous he is, brave as the day is long. He shines in this cave and said that you would come along. You have
Yeah.
souls in your possession. I seek a trade. Enough souls to equal the value that you place upon that of your friends. How much
Well,
do you value the soul of the pirate princess?
I don't really know where you were brought up or educated, but every soul is equally impossible to quantify. Um, so the value of one over another isn't really, it's not even math. But I suppose these aren't, and I just kind of like open like my hands where the lightning bugs kind of just gather around. I'm not, they're not mine, and they're not yours, and even if I gave you one, you wouldn't get to keep it.
She doesn't respond.
Well, have you considered what the soul carries then? Because what a soul is carrying is much more useful and pure and powerful than the soul itself. Would you like some memories?
She looks at you, waiting. You ask for memories. She doesn't acknowledge memories.
I mean, that's what they are, though. I have the memories of Ashasta. They say she lived for like a really long time.
Is Ashatha equal to the value that you place upon the soul of the pirate princess?
You're asking for comparison of infinity. There's no way to quantify that. Infinity equals infinity both times.
I disagree. There are souls who achieve greater things. Souls that are bound for greatness, and souls that writhe in the sands, doing nothing with their lives. They are wasted.
Souls that collect memories. Memories of a life
ambition.
well lived.
Ambition for the future. Not simply the life well lived in the past, but the life that could be lived in the next. You see, I am from the Fae. Your friend owes me a debt. I will hold this. And should she die, her soul will be mine permanently. I do not wish to claim my prize now. If I had, it would have been easy enough to slay her. What I seek is something of equal value. Do you have that?
I go for real size. something of equal value to the soul of Saphira is the soul of any other creature.
So you would value your friend as much as a worm?
Well, with the assumption that a worm has a soul, then yes. There is a little bit of discussion on that particular one. They say that beasts don't necessarily have souls. But I have heard my cousin said that they probably do. They just maybe work on a different frequency, which is why it's hard to see them.
I disagree. I believe that souls with greater potential, greater ambition, and greater experience have greater value than those who languish in anonymity. Enough discussion. Will you trade souls for souls?
I can't
That's
give
your
you
beliefs,
something
wouldn't it, Tati?
that isn't mine.
Very well. Then I accept the fact that we cannot trade that which does not belong to you, and yet it remains in your possession. Thank you.
Cool. So,
Is there
Would you like-
something else that you have to trade?
well, like I was saying, there's a lot of things. It doesn't sound like you're that very interested in memories, which are my most precious things. But if you want something related to ambition, then I think maybe you should talk to Coin.
Would you give me your memories?
All of them?
No response.
Well, you can have, for certain, some of them. I can also offer you memories of other people that I carry too.
What do you offer?
Well, would you like to know how Vashatha lived her life?
I seek more than one memory. Do you have more?
Than one memory.
Realize that I will have all of the Pirate Princess's memories for eternity if I simply say no deal. I wish to negotiate, and I wish to have an equitable trade. Do you have something of value to offer?
I think, as Corin would say, we're having difficulties just establishing a base level here. I definitely have things of value to offer. I'm having trouble understanding what specifically you're looking for. Ambition? Or memories?
I seek the power that could be. Send the Grung. I'm
Oh, good.
sure
He's really good at negotiating.
he will negotiate.
Oh,
Yep.
here we go.
I'm gonna go find Coin, because this kind of conversation seems to be outside my wheelhouse.
Let's send
Yeah,
in
Tati
the
doesn't
plan
wanna
A
trade-
after trying
Yeah.
plan B, C, and D.
Tati doesn't want to trade the memories, doesn't want to trade the Coin of Chronicles, or the Stone of Chronicles. Makes sense. You're being loyal to character. We're just going to jump through the hoops here.
Coin.
Hey.
I think she wants to negotiate, so I think you should talk to her.
All right, send me in.
Do like a high five as we pass.
If all else fails, remember, give me one more shot, but I want to be last case scenario, so you guys keep it up. I believe in you.
Coin walks in.
As we pass, I'm gonna offer guidance again.
Okay.
Coin walks in,
Yep.
greets her with a hand wave. All right. I won't mince words too long. I know you're looking for answers here. I'm going to offer you a couple different deals. We're going to see if we land on one. Number one, Coin reaches into his bag. He pulls out sort of like a cloth bag. In here is at least $100, maybe 150. I ate this morning. I posit to you that each one of them has a soul, the same way any other living creature does. You want to know whether I value Saphira's soul as much as a bug soul? I think every soul is worth equal, regardless of who they are. So, that's your first offer.
And the second.
The second one, I appreciate that because this is my lunch later. He puts it away. Second one, now listen, I get it. You're living in a grotto. Maybe fiscal value isn't worth much to you. I don't know how much you know about trade, but spoiler alert, you can use money to buy souls or buy people if you're weird. I'm not the person to tell you how to spend the money, but I do have money which could be used for negotiating powers. That might get you what you want.
And where would I trade this money?
I mean, you're not a day's travel from Bourbon, honestly, so that'd be my first suggestion.
I do not wish to sully my soul with the abominations that reside there.
I mean, if you're willing to take a 3-4 day ride, you can go to another city, but I get the feeling that's not in your interests. If you could just describe, give me the brass tacks basic description. Is it the soul specifically that you want, or is it like a power thing? Is it an ingredient?
Power. The soul is strong in this one. She is willful. She has ambitions beyond that which you even could comprehend. Such a soul is of great value, especially once she has died. There are those who already seek it, and it is of great value. I do not wish to claim it, for I do not wish to fight those powers. Thus, I seek compensation in other forms.
Saphira? Is Saphira in the room? I'm assuming she's Saphira.
Yeah. She's right.
Hey, Saphira. How attached are you to your soul?
At least.
I cut out again. I have a third negotiating option, but I'm really trying to read the cards on the table here.
I at least want it until I die my final death. After that, I've never really thought too hard about eternity.
Okay, lady. I might. I can't give you confirmation yet. I'd need to check in. There's a Fae I know who owes me a favor that I never cashed in. I don't know if he'd let me give it away to someone else, but if I could convince him of that, theoretically, I could get you an IOU from a powerful Fae in exchange.
Who is this Fae?
I think Coin, holding his cards close, he's gonna do like maybe a perception check on her character in terms of, is this an evil person? Also, you know,
All right, roll your insight check. Yeah.
anything ahead of answering.
Ooh, with a 26, she is neither evil nor good. She is staying away from Bourbon because she doesn't want to have her soul corrupted. There is a neutrality to her behavior that she is focused on herself as opposed to others. So, neither
Okay.
evil nor good. She does tap into evil powers, but she also taps into good powers. It's really going to be a judgment call on Coin's part,
Right.
whether he was willing to do this trade, but she is interested in who is the favor is with, because if it's the right person, she doesn't know. I know, but she doesn't know. And if it's the right person, she would be interested. The question is, what would you tell her? Because she and Eric knows. I know exactly where you're going with it as far as a player and where Coin's trying to go with it. But this individual does not. I'm trying to separate myself from them.
Okay. Maybe we don't need to do a check for this. I'll just ask you in character.
Yes.
Does Coin have any reason to like believe there's a danger to telling her it's Silas? Like, is there any risk involved in giving that information away?
Yeah, there's a risk, but I mean, you don't. She's an unknown quantity, so legitimately, Coin is not a dummy. And Coin does care about Silas and does. You guys work damn hard to restore him to power, so there is a risk, and it's not a non-zero chance that she might work against him or use it. She's going to use it to her benefit, obviously. But as far as what that is, definitely he has the insight enough to know that there is something that she will try to use. And so that's up to you. If she finds out that if she finds out that it is Silas, and if she recognizes who that is, then it could be an issue, but that's up to you to determine.
I got you. Coin, take a moment to think before answering, and he'll say, if that's something you want more information on, maybe you'd allow me to convene with this person and clear it with them, just so I can assure you that it's on the table. Because I don't want to give you an empty promise.
Very well. That is only fair.
You give me, what, 20 minutes, 30, if even, and I should be able to go check in with him. Do you have a name? Just so I can run it by him.
I do, but I will not share it. You may call me the woman in the cave.
Okay, I can work with that. Alright, I'll be right back. Keep on healing, Sapira.
I also grant you permission to describe me to whoever the Fae is.
I appreciate it. That'll make it a lot easier to win him over.
You have stated that it is a male. Very interesting.
Well, last time I saw him. Okay. Yeah, the person in that position. Okay, I'll be back when I'm back. And then he walks out.
Okay.
Now,
sorry, go ahead.
I'd need to run it through with the party. We still have some of those crystals that give us access to the Blue Palace, right? We didn't run out. I thought we had like 2 or something left.
2 or 1. I don't remember which amount.
I don't have any. Bryn might have one.
Blue palace shards, anyone?
I think Bryn does have them. Do we want to go ahead and have Bryn use one? Because we can.
Well, I would want to see what his current stat. Just one?
Let me find out. I'm checking his inventory.
If he only has one, I don't want to make that call. But if we have like 6,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd use the last one of those.
there's also a chance we can get more once we're there. But I'm not gonna bank on that.
I don't see them in his inventory. And he's got even a school uniform in his inventory, so I don't know if they're in the bag of holding or somewhere else.
I'm
They're
checking
not
right
in his
now.
inventory.
But I don't see any.
Currently, we didn't use all of them. I definitely remember we had
Yeah.
at least one left.
You had at
That
least
much
one
I
left. Yep.
Mhm.
Looking in the bag.
Bryn keeps stuff in his, like, in the notes tab of his character
He
sheet.
does? Oh, he does? Okay.
I'm asking if he does, because that's where I keep a bunch of my stuff.
We can operate under the assumption we only have one, and if we end up finding, one loose somewhere in the bag of holding later, that's fine too.
Okay.
But before using it, Coin's gonna convey to everyone, like, all right, I think I might have a deal with her. You guys remember how we all got favors from Silas, and I didn't use mine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's her eyes lit up when I mentioned that to her.
I'm gonna be honest, that feels like a huge red flag.
That's all
I feel
you gotta
like maybe
understand. That is like, it's a lot. It's not a small favor. But the alternative is Saphira losing her soul.
I mean, I don't think Silas
I've tried my
would
hand
do.
before that.
I mean, would Silas's favors include favors that work against him, though? Like, I don't know. I don't know if Silas would fulfill a favor that he knows acts against him.
I get the feeling Silas can he's not like agreeing to doing anything. He would just be agreeing to like let someone else act.
I mean, my impression of it was that he'd agree to help within reason. Like, he's not gonna dethrone himself to help you.
That's what I mean.
I don't know how much experience you have with the Fae, but generally, a deal's a deal, and an offer of help is an offer of help, which you have to follow through on. I think if
Right,
you're
but this wasn't a deal. This is just him saying he'll help me. I'm saying, hey, instead of me, do it for her. And he's free to deny it. He's free to agree to it. But at least the door's open.
I would hesitate to get rid of that. I think it might have more bearing than you realize.
I don't know,
So what
Silas is the
other-
one who made the deal, right? I don't think he'd make a deal so stupid as to set himself up to get dethroned just because someone asked him to leave.
Would he
I'm
do
not
that
a-
if he was to the people that saved him that he ultimately trusted?
Guys, I don't care about the danger. I'm not worried about she's gonna get a wish and do something crazy evil. I'm thinking, I was honestly, I was gonna use that to like extend my life when I turned, old age grung. But Saphira's done a lot for us, and God, like she went through hell just to get that key out again for us, just for the chest, which she didn't have to do. And I honestly think, give me enough time, I could earn another favor with Silas myself. So I'm gauging. One, it falls down to whether or not Silas would even agree to letting me give it to someone else, and two is like whether or not we have anything else to trade, because it's the only thing she's responded to so far.
I'd rather speak with her again before we agree to give her something like that. Because I don't know much about her, but it feels like a lot of harm could be done to something like that.
I don't know. You weren't around when we made that deal with Silas. I think that Silas. I mean, you say that if it's a Fae and he does owe us. We did save him, right? But I don't know. I just don't feel like Silas is the type to just blindly agree to whatever request we make of him.
I've spent like 100 years with him partying. I feel like he is exactly the type to pretty much blindly agree to anything you'd say.
Even if he does, he has Crystal to watch his back.
Oh, you're right. Crystal would never let that happen.
You know, counter. I could also probably ask Silas to just pull a soul out of his hat to give to her. Not his soul, but just like a random soul.
I
Probably.
don't think that's a good idea.
I don't like that idea either. But
Do you want to
Man.
speak with Silas and get more information, and then come back here and we can make a decision? But
That
also,
was my
how
plan.
many shards we have left to go visit him.
Wait, doesn't speaking with Silas use the favor though?
No. The favor was specifically asking him for something. I mean, I guess would giving someone another favor be? It would, as long as she gets a favor. Doesn't really matter whether or not I'm using the favor,
I guess.
because I wouldn't have it anyways.
Can you use a favor to ask for an additional favor?
I doubt it.
Well, it's not an additional
It's a
favor. It's, just
one-to-one
a favor
exchange.
for someone else. Yeah, it's not. We're not making more favors.
I want to ask him about it.
Infinite favor glitch, guys.
I'd rather speak with her first before you. Like,
We
what
can
kind
do
of
both.
you end up giving her?
Listen, I'm not going to Silas to ask him to do this. I'm going to ask him if it's even on the table.
Okay.
I'm not locking it in. I'm just figuring out whether or not it's an option.
You're locked in.
I'm
I was
fine with that. Just consider Ruzid might be right that using the shard kind of uses the favor vaguely. But yeah, that's totally
I
your
don't
call.
think so, because we've used the shard like a dozen times prior to even setting off here. We did multiple visits in with them that did not consume my favor.
I guess.
The favor is not, can I visit your palace? The favor is me going, hey Silas, remember that favor I asked for? I want to cash it in. And you don't know him quite as much, Sayson, but he's chill. Silas
pretty chill.
He's pretty chill, so I don't think there's any harm in. At the very least, maybe the favor could be used somehow to fix this issue.
You coin. It's your call to make here.
Why don't you go talk to her? I'll go talk to Silas. And
I'll
we'll
wait for
figure
you to
out-
come back. I think it would be good to hear what what Silas has to say.
Fair enough. Coin will take one crystal shard. One will say the bag of holding. Maybe there's more somewhere else, maybe not. Either way.
Sure.
I'm gonna dodge so I don't get caught up in this teleportation again.
Okay. So, just coins going?
Anyone else is welcome to, but sounds like
We're going to the Blue Palace. I mean, I guess we should all probably go.
it's up to you.
Ruzid should go. He's the bodyguard.
I'll stay here just in case.
I mean, they gave me wings too. I kind of want to like visit just for that.
Mm-hmm.
Syson, would you be going?
No, I'll stay.
Alright, so, the only two people who are going are Ruzid and Coin. And so, I will leave you guys on the map so you can see what happens here, but you will not be here. So, just for the record.
Yeah.
Alright.
Here we go, Kine.
So, you consume the shard, you hold it in your hands, and it charges up, and you feel yourselves pulled through time and space. The dimensions ripple around you, and you find yourselves here. Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Hey! Oh, Crystal.
Hey!
It's good
For
to see
drink?
you. It is
For
so
drinks?
weird seeing you with legs. Yeah, I'll take a drink.
Oh, you should see what she does with legs.
I
Oh
won't.
my.
They're very much
Crystal
cute now.
slaps him.
So,
How's everybody?
everyone's mostly holding up, and I'd love to say I came here with no, like, conditions I wanted to discuss, but Saphira, recently,
Oh no.
it's a long story. So,
What you do
she,
now?
like, All right, I'll give you the bullet points. All right, Saphira, pretty crazy hidden past. She like buried this chest and had the key sewn into her rib cage. We found the chest. We found someone to take the key out, but the surgeon, so to speak, wants her soul, or a soul, I should say. And yeah, none of us really have spare souls on hand to cough up.
Right.
I'm really just here, not to cash in my favor, not yet, but to just have a discussion with you. I mean, at the very least, one, is it on the table? I pass my IOU to her, and then she can use that as she pleases with you.
Who
Or
is this
two,
woman?
she described herself as the woman in the cave. She found her off a remote beach. Seems to have an affinity for fixing metal objects inside human
It's really
or living things.
strange.
Crystal elbows him as his eyes open wide for a moment.
How do you,
She
do
was-
you know about him?
She's pretty quirky.
I don't know. I mean, who wouldn't want to visit a woman in a cave?
Speaks
She
with an
elbows him
echo.
again. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, if you think that a favor's not going to get me in trouble, I mean, I'm cool with it.
I mean, it would be your discretion on whether or not you even allow her to do it. But in this scenario, she basically would have the opportunity to stand in front of you and posit a favor. Is really all I'm. This
Are there like
theoretical.
limits on this favor? I'm trying to understand that part because I don't want her to use the favor to screw you over.
Oh, she's not going to screw me over. It's all good. So don't worry about that.
It's reassuring to hear that, Silas.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That was my biggest concern.
So, still doing the pink, huh?
Yeah, she kind of digs it. So Crystal looks over. I do like it, and it's brought in more people. We actually had a party a couple of years ago. It's been delightful.
Right.
By the way,
It's great.
yeah.
I
Next time
love
you
what
come
you've
by,
done with the
we
place.
may have news for you.
Oh, I'll keep my eyes open for that. Side note,
Yeah.
we don't have a great track on how many of those crystals we have left to get back here. You got a
should
couple.
Still have 4 of them,
Oh, okay. Well then, we're good.
because I gave you 6, and you've been back twice.
Yeah, I think just someone pulled them out of the bag of holding. I'll round them down. I'll shake everyone down till I have the 4. Okay. I really appreciate it. Where's that
Don't
drink?
let them get out of your sight. That's more concerning than the favors, frankly.
No, we have them on lock and key, but Bryn's over on the ship, so
Oh,
it's hard to do a head check in the cave where we came from.
of course. Very well. The drink, here. And a drink flies across the water to you in a nice goblet.
Sweet.
Wait, can I have one too?
Silas pulls one out from somewhere. You don't know where it came from. And the goblet floats over to you as well.
Nice.
But yeah, honestly, I just appreciate it. If that's the case, I haven't locked in the deal with her yet to send the favor over, but I'll go back and talk to her. And in the case that we do you want me to just come back and lock it in with you again? Do you want me to like give her a
Not
crystal?
necessary. No, just that wasn't the deal. Just tell her that she has the favor and tell her who I am, and I'll handle it from this end.
Perfect. Great mind under that beautiful hair you got.
Thank you. It's all her. She's teaching me how to be smarter.
The self-care regime.
You're
Oh.
always
Never
looking
get-
fabulous.
Less self-care now that she's around.
Hey, do you ever get tired of the scent of lavender perfume?
He looks at you and mouths, yes.
Yeah, see, I thought it was great too. I'm glad someone else gets to constantly bask in it now.
Mm-hmm.
I think-
Thanks.
I think that might be the extent of our business. I mean, came to just check in and hang a little bit too, but also Saphira is recovering from near death, so
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
All right. Cool. Well, go ahead and take care of Saphira. Otherwise,
can do.
You're welcome back. You know that.
Oh, thanks for the wings, by the way. They're working great.
I'm glad. Don't break them.
He hasn't yet. All right, good seeing you.
You have no idea how hard it is to break me.
And you guys are teleported back.
So
Coin will-
you're
Go ahead.
gone, you want to try one line of questioning. So, you kind of talk like you're a fae, right?
Yes.
I know how it kind of works where you make an agreement and it's binding, but the only agreement that we made was that there was a cost. So, like, so seems to me like there is no binding on the soul being cost, just that the cost existed.
She's waiting.
So, we'll wait and see if she blinks first.
Okay. At this point, Coin, you can come on back in.
Well, Coin would first appear outside, like towards the edge of the cave.
Yep.
He'll give everybody a nod to imply that the deal would be
Weapons.
fine. He starts
Everyone
off
draws
with
weapons.
he starts off with an upwards nod, then stops himself, and then nods downwards. Then he will, I suppose, walk into the room with her.
Okay. She looks
Yeah.
at you.
As you're walking in, I think Saphira will be offering. So,
Did we lose you?
no, I just am
Just
being
lost it.
indecisive.
Okay.
It's like a 150-foot walk, so it'll take
Yeah.
a minute for Coin to get in the room anyways.
Usually takes me 6 seconds to go that far.
To be fair, I actually think I want to know the details of what a nod means in this instance.
It was a false alarm. It's like you reach for your weapon, and then you go, oh, take your hand out.
Me reaching for my weapon, realizing Toddy's still holding it.
Yeah. Good luck getting it.
Honestly, like I want to know the details of what the nod means here. Like, what is the agreement? What can the
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. If I give the upwards nod, we pull all our weapons out in sync, and it looks really cool and intimidating. Like, imagine, like, I'm sitting at a table, and I go, "No deal," and then I nod my hand up, and everyone pulls a knife out. Wouldn't that be like sick?
You know, I'm feeling really good about the upwards nod. Great idea. So down for it.
Exactly.
But you gave kind of a downwards nod and then went to walk off when we'd been like, let's get information about how to give the favor. What happened with that exactly? Like, clearly you feel good about it, but how so?
Oh, that. No, Silas was cool with it. He said, I could exchange my favor to her. Just give him Silas's name, or tell her his name, and that'd be a valid deal. So it's on the table. I could give her my favor with Silas.
Did he say that was a good idea?
He seemed indifferent to it. He was just like, yeah, if you want to. Like, he didn't really pry. He didn't give me an alternative.
I really wonder if that's just because it's Silas doing Silas things.
He said that, like, she can't do anything to harm him. That's not to say she can't do anything dangerous or destructive, but, like, it's not going to be a threat to him.
Just still feel like a favor from a Fey Lord of Time's not a great idea to be handing out to people.
Well, it wasn't. I gave her 3 other options. Okay, this was not Plan A for me.
That's
I
okay.
offered her my
Currently munching on the
lunch.
bag of bugs.
I offered her my lunch. I offered her, like, all of the money that I've earned in the past month. And this is the only thing that the fish would bite the hook for.
Alright, let me take one more shot.
I encourage it. Because
Alright.
I don't want to give up this favor, to be clear.
If nothing else, nothing else works, I'll be back and we can go back to this favor, okay?
Sounds good.
Alright. I'm gonna head in.
This
And
favor
I
is mean.
They've had time to chat during this, hopefully. But I didn't know that either way, so.
All right.
So when you're getting in, I think I will be offering. Right. So I have a very powerful wand that has served me well and has brought chaos to my enemies. I have a cutlass that reminds me of someone that I once loved dearly. It would offer memories, but I don't feel like they would be very reliable right now. Would any one of those serve as an acceptable cost?
She raises an eyebrow. A wand? What type?
I will display the Advanced Wand of Wonder.
She looks at it. This is a tool of chaos. I would accept this
Indeed.
if you would agree to the exchange.
I would agree.
Very well, Pirate Princess. You are free to go. Do not visit my cave again.
Yeah, understand that if I get my memories altered again, I will simply forget that I would agree to something like that. But I will endeavor not to.
Of course. Before you leave, I have something to show you. She takes the wand from you, if you are willing to give it to her.
I am.
Okay. And before Sison comes down the path, she's going to walk with you deeper into the cave. As she does so, she rounds a bend where it's dark. Up ahead, you can hear a low humming. And you see this. the memories of Toivoa. It calls itself the Remembrance. I collect memories and souls to place into time itself. Your wand will be gifted to it in order to grant uncertainty to the passage of time and reality. You free the predestination of all by granting it this wand. And she's going to walk close to it, and she places the tip of the staff against the heart of the Remembrance. The wand glows for just an instant before being consumed. The space closes slowly. It will take time to recover from the consumption of such a powerful artifact. You are free to go. And she will walk and escort you towards the opening of the cave. Will you go with her?
I will.
All right.
So the runes on there, like, did they make any kind of sense to me?
You got to see it for as long as I'm willing to let you see it.
Okay.
You're welcome. She comes walking out with Saphira. Saphira and this woman are walking past the table as you arrive, Sison. She looks at you. Your friend has negotiated well. She is free to go. I have no claim upon her soul.
We'll take our leave then. Saphira, you all good? Everything okay?
Let's go. And I just end up just hustling out of there.
The voice comes from behind you as you're leaving. She will have difficulty in combat. Take care, pirate princess, and do not return. You guys are free to walk down to the beach.
That was not a good vibe. Saphira, are you okay? What did you give her? Because honestly, she was not really open to haggling much.
Oh, I know
Feeling?
that it's maybe difficult to hear that you've lost such a powerful artifact, but I gave her the advanced wand of wonder.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yes,
What are we
Susan's
gonna
gonna
do
let
about
out
that?
a big sigh and be like, honestly, that was probably the best case scenario.
You have significantly
Well, really-
decreased the risk factor of our party.
Yeah,
That
this is-
would've
yeah,
single
I only see this
percent.
as a benefit.
Saphira, I gotta ask. I just really want to know because she kept calling you a princess, and I know you don't have all your memory,
I actually did.
but do pirate princesses, is that like an inherited title, or is that like an achievable one if you like steal a bunch of treasure?
Are there any more pirate princesses in this party I should know about? This feels.
I mean, there was
I've been
like
waiting
Crystal.
to tell everyone.
Oh,
Fool me once. Shame on you.
Dyson is also a pirate princess.
At this
Have you
rate,
not-
Any title on pirate is always subject to being taken or earned by whoever can seize it and hold it.
Oh, I
yeah.
mean, good job then. Congratulations for your achievements.
Just wondering, the water elemental that stole our ship, are they technically a pirate princess because they did steal our ship?
I don't think it transfers that way.
Probably outranks princess.
True.
Pirate Queen.
I was gonna go with Leviathan, but yeah. You're sticking to monarchies, I suppose.
I am going to be walking by Saphira during this, and if your wounds are opening in terms of walking or anything, I'm going to be trying to take that damage instead to try and help you heal up as much as possible.
Vera will be kind of walking with a slight limp, like she's clearly grimacing, but trying to set a pace because she does not be in that cave. Right, so let's go. I'm gonna use this thing, and she holds up the key.
All right.
Good.
So you,
Doesn't even have any on it.
What'd you say? You kind of cut in and out. Unless it's
Let's
my
go.
audio that's backing up. Okay.
All I'll say is before we fully leave here, I do want to do a look around for Saphira, your ex's ghost. I feel like it should be good to check out, see if she's around here, because I know we both saw something that night. So maybe we head back to the ship, check out the chest, but maybe we could spend one more night here.
I am okay with that.
Sure.
I was gonna try to repair the ship a little more too.
Yeah, so it seems good that we spend a little time.
We can go to the ship and then like come back out here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Bryn's cleaned up the ship enough that we can sleep on it now.
That's on his end.
I'm glad I get to keep the favor. I don't know if you guys know this, but Grung do not live long. So I'm gonna need
Wait, how
that
long do you
favor.
live?
But you live richly.
Idealistically, Grung, I mean the oldest Grung I knew was like 55 or like 60.
what was his name?
Old.
Young.
Just old.
Just old. All right, you guys going back to the sand? As you guys descend to the beach, you were able to follow the path easily. There's no risk or danger as you go down. You will hear the grinding of stone behind you as the cave closes. You guys return and see the chest sitting there. Or, sorry, the chest isn't there. It's on the ship.
Yep, it's on the ship.
Bruce had put it there. Yeah, Bruce had moved it. Please leave the chest on the ark because that's a really well done chest for the record.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous
It's
chest.
pretty.
Would anyone be willing to carry me out to the boat again?
I mean,
What do you want to do on the boat again?
Well, if we're just heading back there, it's a.
Are we all heading back?
Seems
Go
like
back.
Okay, let's all go.
That's
then
where
I'll
the
carry
chest
you.
is, so-
Fine. Fine.
Okay. So, you guys can return to the ship. Bryn has cleaned up the deck and is currently sitting down, grumpy that he didn't get any help. But he's cooked dinner and is just wiping his hands on his apron and about to dig into a nice apple pie.
Nice.
Oh, hey guys, how'd it go?
yo, apple pie, thanks, Bryn. That for everybody?
He looks at you. No!
Oh, well, where's ours?
There isn't any. Your dinner's over there.
Aww.
Brandon, if I
I
have
thought you were eating bugs for
really
dinner.
nicely, could I have some? Because I didn't ask you to do any other
This
extra
is
chores.
dessert, Tati.
No, nobody helped me. I'm
A
grumpy.
pie is not dinner.
I kept Saphira alive.
Good job.
I believe
Haven't we all at this point?
It's not.
That's a big goal.
Mm.
We should probably like double like this is the right key, correct? Like it's the right
All right.
shape.
Dinner first or the chest first?
I'd say
First.
dinner. This? Oh, okay.
Pie.
Chest. and then celebrate with
Right,
dinner.
Yeah.
It's your key. It's your call.
So literally,
I
you're.
said,
They
please
can't
take
tell
your
me
sword
what-
back. This is really heavy.
Oh yeah, right. Thanks. How did it feel? What'd you think?
I think I might injure somebody if they tripped over it, but I'm the most likely person to trip over it. So it's all yours.
Thank you for holding on to it for me. All right, Saphira, to the chest.
Yep, to the chest.
Awesome.
We take bets about what's inside it.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Bad.
Fair call.
All right.
Line up the key. Put it in.
Cool. As it goes in, you feel the safeguards snap against it, not damaging the key. You push past them, and it takes a couple of wiggles to slide it past, but eventually you catch the bidding and are able to turn the key. As it turns, the ruby on the key begins glowing and pulsing. The lock opens. Click. It's unlocked.
Now starts to spread across my face. I take the lid on either side and attempt to open it.
Okay. As you open it, it slides open, just glides up on those hinges, silently, well cared for hinges. Inside the box, you see two things. First, a jar and a small cube.
Well, I'm glad I didn't bet that it was going to be gold.
Man.
Is there anything in the jar?
The jar has a lid on it and is sealed with wax. The runes that go around the wax are black. Looks very evil.
Not a happy jar.
Definitely
Ridiculous.
not
Will
a
this
happy
be if this is where Saphira stashed her soul?
Wait, did Saphira hide her soul? Did I miss that?
Just saying, everybody's been trying to get a hold of it. It would be funny if Saphira, in a past life that she can't remember, already hid it.
Oh, I believe it.
I don't think I'm a lich.
But would you
Well,
know right now?
Well, if you are, then great news. We found your phylactery.
Well, I don't think that's great news,
Well-
honestly.
Bryn, Rosa, either of you want to take a look at these runes?
I don't know. Brink can touch his
Or anyone
wand
else?
to it, and then he'll just know. Why don't you do that?
Bryn, with a face half full of pie, will say, "Oh yeah, I'll look at it."
Yeah, I'll look at it. Sure. Mm-hmm. And he will walk over and identify it.
What is it?
Aw, shit. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
I was not
Because-
expecting to know what these items were before the session ended.
I thought it happened before we opened the chest fully.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen too. I was waiting for it.
Dang.
Nope, we're going to let Bryn be here for the reveal of what the two items are in the chest.
That's
Yeah.
But
pretty
I hope
valid.
you guys are enjoying the lore and the interactions. I know that the roleplay with her lasted a little longer than I expected, but I hope you guys did enjoy it.
We tend to dive into roleplay, so
It also turns out this whole group doesn't want to give anything up.
Right,
correct.
Right.
absolutely.
Well, if she was a little clearer about what was on offer.
Yeah.
Saying you
Um,
want ambition is such a weird thing to say. How are you supposed to give that?
I want a rainbow. That will give this up for no less than a raise. It's like, what does that mean?
I
Yeah.
feel like I could find a rainbow easier.
She's an interesting character that is enigmatic and deals in the metaphysical.
I thought we were well out of the Fey realm. Turns out they've
Yeah.
followed us here.
You can take the
yeah.
Fae out of the Feywilds.
For the record, you might want to watch the Saturday morning group about that. They're dealing with why this woman's here.
Nice.
So, all right, guys, that's where we're going to end for.
Lauren would love to meet
What?
her. I was gonna say, Lauren would love to meet her.
Yeah, I know.
You know, send her back.
I know. Yeah.
I
but-
feel like she'd be besties with Leslie. If you got them both in a room, they would just
No.
click. No?
Not
Or
at
they'd kill each
all.
other.
You think it'd be like two cats?
Leslie in other groups, then I know that's a red flag.
Yeah,
All
in
right.
a different
well,
universe.
Yeah, so that's where we're going to end for tonight.